Oh, it's about to come on.
Oh, okay, we live. Welcome.
Hold on 1 second.
Bevo Boxing presents Undercard. Nah, you good, brother? We getting ready to watch these upcoming fights for the DAZN card. We got fighters like Rocha, Kid Schofield. We're gonna build. We're gonna take our time, go through it, see some of the upcoming prospects that have, everyone started at humble beginnings. Everyone started on the bottom of someone else's card. So we're gonna give each of them their respect. Oh yeah, I see it now. You live. Yeah. You muted. That's all right. I'll take the reins. Welcome. Bevo Boxing LLC. Undercard in boxing. Going to talk about these DAZN cards. We're also going to discuss the fight that just ended maybe about 40 to 50 minutes ago between Anthony Yarde and Artur Beterbiev. Great fight. I know the fight probably didn't end the way much of us expected, but it was a back and forth fight. Could Yarde have pushed the action just a little bit more? Maybe, but he's gonna learn from these things, and you'll say, "Wait a minute! I thought he learned from the Kovalev fight. Isn't he supposed to already be, have already learned and already a world champion?" Nah, that's not how it works. Many fighters get plenty of opportunities at a title, and some never capture it. Some only get one shot. Oh, just broke into an M&M, so we're gonna be pushing hard for to see if Yarde can rebound after this. After Kovalev lost, he won 2 straight fights, then lost to forgot the dude's name, but avenged that loss. That was when he was dealing with losing his few family members to COVID. Lost his father, his mother, his grandmother. Still stepped in the ring, which we commend every fighter for doing. Lost the fight by unanimous decision, but then avenged that loss. You have to give props to someone who bounces back in that way, where he didn't just lose and disappear. He said he stepped back in the ring and avenged that loss. So what's going on, fight fans? Looks like this DAZN card is about to start. Bevo, say what's up to the people. Welcome to the chat.
Oh, it's just
we testing.
Yo, what's up, man? So I finally figured it out. But what I'll say about that fight that I loved was the fact that Anthony Yarde came game and he looked just as good as he did when he fought his last fight. Because what happens is when you get knocked out, you almost don't look the same. But the kid looked just vicious. He came forward. He just lost to a better man tonight.
Yeah,
and really, the funny thing about Beterbiev is because these Western Europeans don't talk. If he was a talker, he would be one of the biggest stars in boxing. I mean,
that's true. The language barrier.
Yeah. He reminds me a lot of that. What's that kid's name that used to fight in the UFC? Amir Medov. Reminded me of him a lot. Remember how he was really good, but he just never. Yeah. He never really did a lot of talk.
Cross over because no one understands you. If you got to speak to a translator, that's why certain fighters it's good to learn some English words or to just get the basics down. Where maybe you could trash talk a little bit better. Maybe what's said can be, can go viral where people could put it up. If I put it up in your language and only the people that understand what you're saying hear what you're saying, it's not really gonna resonate.
Yeah. And that's why I like Canelo. I love when Canelo was like, payday, you want paid. It sounds bad, but Canelo Canelo understand. You got to speak English, man.
But Canelo speaks perfect English. He's been in this country. He ain't no Mexican. Canelo's an American. He just hide over there so we can't catch him.
But you know what? I gotta say that even though I'm real hard on Canelo, I gotta get a man his props. He
For
really,
Duncan? Oh,
he
okay.
really done fought everybody he could fight from the
Wow.
past generation. He just got some work now.
Well, I mean, of course he's gonna catch guys on their way to retirement. I mean, that's the Conor Benn strategy. You got to pay attention, man. That's exactly what they're doing with Conor Benn. Okay, who is close to retirement? Let's get that guy a fight with Conor Benn and see how good he looks. You're like, wait a minute, Chris Van Geer.
Austin Trout wasn't no.
He lost that fight, and he lost that fight. Lara lost that fight.
Nigga was Lara. Those was live dogs.
Lost that fight. Come on, you seen the scorecards for Bivol, right?
Yeah,
man was up seven rounds. You're like, wait, he's up 7 rounds. Wait, how are you getting up 7 rounds up? What's going on? The fight start for you as of yet?
Mine said came up just yet. Hold on one second. I'm messing with it real quick.
What's going on, everybody in the chat? Mikael Williams, what's going on? Thanks for stopping by. We're gonna start doing, more streams, get these fights, what they deserve, which is the attention. We're gonna show everybody respect from the first guy on the card fighting in front of 10 people to the guy when the whole thing is stacked up and everyone's in the building.
Rocha.
Boxing is a very dangerous sport, and everyone that steps in the ring deserves the utmost respect.
I tell you what, man. The one fighter that I'm really excited to see is that Norman kid. He got a lot of talent. He got to get rid of his dad though.
Brian Norman Jr.
Yeah, I like him a lot, especially with his top.
Why would he get rid of his dad?
Man, his dad was awful. Man, you see how his dad was like. His dad was rattled, and it just transferred right into the fight where he was standing up. I don't know if that was him or his corner. He was standing up in between rounds. It looked like the corner didn't have control of the fight, and I don't like that. Fighters should never have to worry about the corner taking a fight from. You know what I mean? The corner should be there to help you as a tool, not take you out of the game. Then he cussing him out. But tell me what you think on that one.
I like Brian Norman. Seen him up close and personal in some interviews. Dude's a good kid. It's been working. Undefeated. I got 20-something fights. I did this without really signing a big promotional deal. It's me and my dad. And his dad is a former boxer. So, these are things that are going in his favor as it pertains to his development. Sometimes do you need an extra ear or, someone else to speak in the corner? Absolutely. But I don't think you break up something that's working. Tio and his dad, them two needs to separate. But
why you say that?
Because there ain't no real instructions going on over there. Blast him out of there. Knock this punk out. Come on, what's he still doing there? Okay, what's the instructions though? Because he's still standing there. You get what I'm saying? Like, right. Just go up and punch him, Dad? Okay, I'll punch him. He's still standing there. What now, Dad? I'll punch him again. He's still standing there. Oh man, I don't know what to do.
What gets me with his dad, it seems like his dad does so much talking, it makes people hate Tio. Well, really, Tio, people don't understand. Tio is really a ballroom fighter who happened to catch Lomachenko at the right time. Because Loma really ain't been the same at 135. He's not nearly what he was at 126.
Is it true that that Loma did have shoulder surgery?
Yes.
After that Tio fight.
He had shoulder surgery, but the thing was he was using that shoulder, so it wasn't as hurt as he said. It wasn't like when Gary Russell hurt his arm.
Correct. He couldn't throw it. Right.
Yeah, it was more or less like a tweak injury. And you see, really what I heard with Loma said that he couldn't see himself punching without getting counted. That's why he was docile early in the fight. And when you look at that, you just say to yourself, like, you gotta be a better gauge of range than that. And I think it's the guys are so much bigger than him, he's not able to gauge that range the way he should.
Well, I think also the book is out on Loma with all those pivots. Like, if you pivot, I pivot. And I think anybody that stands in front of him, he can pivot around and do all that fancy dancing. But once the guy knows, okay, if you turn, I turn. then guess what? There ain't nowhere to go. That's why everyone's like, the book is out on Loma. So anyone who fights with him, you might get the credit, but that guy's, we've already seasoned that chicken. We just waiting to barbecue it.
Well, let me ask you this: Who are you picking between Devin Haney and Loma?
I got Haney, and I think it would make a lot of statement if he stops him, or not even stops him. I'm asking for too much. If he drops him a few times, stand an 8 count, and then box his head off, jab him, and move around, then his stat will rise to such a, because this is a pay-per-view card. But if it's just a boxing clinic, people ain't really. I don't know how you grow your fan base doing that, and that's. Right. The hardcores, of course, we're going to tune in, but you want to grow to the casuals who go, come on, the dude's name is Vasily Lomachenko. How many people know that name? Nobody.
Nobody outside of boxing.
Outside of boxing, right.
Nobody.
So how do you get it in the grocery store? How do you get the dude at the mom and pops to be like, that Devin Haney boy is good, and I hope he, knock out. You have to get it to, that's why Tank resonates. Tank can reach over to everybody, because this is what you do. Knockout? Knockout? Yeah, I know knockout. Here you go. This guy gets knockouts. Oh, I'm going to tune in. I'm going to tune in because he gets that. And I like watching knockouts. Someone's going to sleep? Okay.
You know the funny thing, it's funny you say that about knockouts, because I believe knockouts are a part of the sweet science, because when Boots fought Karen, everybody was upset about how Boots didn't get the knockout, but the big thing was Boots really didn't have any type of ring generalship in there, and he kind of got exposed.
Choice of words, Bevo. Choice of exposed. 12-round UD, didn't lose a round, hasn't lost a round in his professional career. How is that exposed?
Well, when I say exposed, what I'm saying is, did you see how he was swinging, turning himself all the way around?
Well, absolutely. You know why? Well, I wouldn't say exposed. I would say the moment was a little bit too big for him. He was trying to put on such a spectacular show that he got away from the basics of what he does fundamentally. Does that make sense? Like, this is my first pay-per-view card. It's down the road from where I live. All my people. Look, my grandmother right there, my school teacher, the dude I told I was going to beat up when I catch him. Everybody's right there in the crowd watching me. And I had an out-of-body experience trying to do something spectacular. He wanted to be the guy spoken about at the end of the night. But if you saw Tank, who has been there, who has done pay-per-views, he took his time. He didn't care what round it was. He knew, I'm going to get this dude out of here, and I'm going to do it methodically. Boots was trying to rush that KO, and that's what he paid for that.
And again, if you think about it, he wasn't listening to his corner.
Yeah, we saw that.
He was screaming, his dad telling him, work the jab.
Yeah. He was in the crowd a lot too, just kind of.
But you know
listening, reacting. I was like, yo, whoa, my boy, pay attention. Like, he looking at, I got him. Like, who was coaching him? Was it Gary that was? You know what? I'm blaming Gary. Yeah, click on the last message. I think Gary Russell was coaching Boots. I'm blaming Gary Russell for that performance. He was saying some wild stuff in the crowd.
You know what? And the funny thing is, the last person you want to listen to is somebody like Gary Russell. Gary Russell has done nothing in the sport, but really waste his talent. Him and Boo Boo, man. Him and Boo Boo have kind of wasted their talent. You don't think so, man?
All right. Fights ain't even started.
I'm gonna tell you this:
we fighting.
You can't tell me that Gary Russell wasn't one of the most talented fighters in boxing. That's what makes
and what you think? Why you think
his little brother looked so good?
Why do you think everyone avoided him at 126? Why do you think it took for him to lose his belt for guys to move up, to move out, and to move around? You telling me no one in that division wanted to unify those belts? Unification is the biggest fight you can make in boxing, right? It ain't fighting your mandatories. It ain't fighting up and comers. It's belts. For 7 years, he held on to them belts. Why? Because nobody would get into the ring and fight him. 7 years, longest reigning champion.
You got to lead.
So this is the thing. You say he wasn't calling people out? Because I know Gary. Gary don't close his mouth for nobody.
What I'm saying is he had to go to 130. But the thing is, he's so small, he probably couldn't really do well in 130. At the end of the day, the thing I learned from watching Floyd's career is if they don't want to give you the fights, go get them. Take them hard fights. Like when he fought on Tiro Gotti, they said, "Why are you fighting this guy? You're not ready for him." But he went and took a tough fight with a guy who was bigger than him.
True.
Because Floyd was 126, man. He went up to what 154.
That's the fight Canelo.
The fight Canelo, and he fought Miguel Cotto there, and he fought Oscar at 154. It's just, the thing is, if you want it in boxing, man, it's been shown whether it's the Andre Wars, the Floyd Mayweathers, you can go get those opportunities. You just got to chase it. I seen.
So leave where you're comfortable and go up and try to make a fight, because it takes two to sign a contract. Just ask Bud. But now let's talk on Boo Boo for real quick. Let's talk on Boo Boo. 2-division champion. Let's put some respect on this man's name. 54, 60, and probably 68. If all goes well. Olympic pedigree. Put hands on a lot of your favorite fighters. I have to respect that. Yo, click on this last message right here. The last person that messaged us.
Hold on, let me see. Hold on, something going on my thing a little slow.
Yeah, you good.
But
yeah, so I just put respect on Boo Boo's name based on what I'm seeing.
But I can't put respect on his name because you're the most talented guy in the amateurs, right? Mm-hmm. One of the most skilled fighters in boxing, but you don't do anything with it. You sign the contract with the zone, so you take the money and not the fights. I don't want to complain if you took the money. It's the thing like you said about Devin Haney.
He took the money because when he tried to get over to the side that had the fights, he was not, I'm going to say blacklisted, but he would, like, they were told, if you sign Boo Boo, we're going to sue you.
Undercard. Don't start doing that old media stuff, man.
The man has the receipts. If he has the receipts, I'm going to look at them. If he can back up what he's saying, I'm going to just regurgitate what he says because you know what I mean?
That's he left the fight the week of the fight. You can't do that. You can't,
because the money wasn't right. I thought the money
wasn't right. It don't matter. It's the week of the fight. You don't leave that fight, man.
Should have took that fight, and then after he came out, had no bread to show for it.
Guess how much money? Guess how much they was fighting for? Man, it's fighting for $200,000 each.
Not enough.
But at the end of the day, he could have made that money up tenfold. That's the thing. You want to make money if you chase tough fights.
Click on the comment over there. The comment over there wants to say what's up. You know how to click on it? Yeah, you just click on it just like you did StreamYard.
Oh, okay.
No, you kicked me off.
Oh, dang. Hold on.
It's you gotta say show me or pull back up, something like that.
There we go.
It's supposed to say show. Take your time. I'm here.
Wasted his talent, BVR. I hear you answer that. The funny thing is, I'm telling you that because you know what he can do. You know what he can do. Hold on, let me get you back up on here.
God, you see, he tried to cut me as soon as I made a valid point. You saw that, right? Everybody saw that? As soon as I said the right thing, he said, oh, gotta get this dude out of here. Nah, I'm messing with you.
This guy rough, man.
What you call it? Yeah, he's not wasting his talent. The top guys have consistently, we can speak about the Jamel Charlo situation, right? But can we also point to the Canelo missing out, Triple G, Jaime Munguia? There was fights over on the zone that why would they never take place? You can't tell me you and me, we going, like say if they had a gym and we all sparring. All right. I see Jaime in my weight class. I see Triple G in my weight class. I see Canelo. We all working together. Hey, why come we can't make a fight? We literally on the same side of the street. Explain that part to me.
The fact is, if you look at Triple G Triple G's the same guy who told Triple G's fans are the same fans that told Andre Ward, get away from him, go fight Kovalev. So I don't even count him. He's a sucker. He's always been a sucker. He's never took a tough fight. I can't name anybody other than Canelo Canelo and probably Kell Brook is the only ones I can name on Triple G's 10-year run. He didn't beat anybody. This is the thing. And you remember they was calling him like they were saying he was good as B-Hop. They were saying good as James Toney. He just really, and I hate to bring this up in boxing, he just had the right complexion for the protection. And that's all it was.
What about David LeMahieu? Wash, bum, terrible.
Is he going to the Hall of Fame? That's my question.
What?
I'm asking you. Is he going to
so the level of competition got to be if you beat a Hall of Famer? All right, I'll find a Hall of Famer on the resume. I got you. I got you. Well, you see this draw, 9/16/2017 versus Saul Alvarez. That's draw. This is a win in my book.
He won both those fights. Does that mean he going? All right. So, what about Daniel? Is Daniel Jacobs going to the Hall of Fame? Let me see. I don't know. What about Kell Brooks? Kell Brooks going to the Hall? I think he's going to the British Hall.
He ain't going to the U.S. Hall?
I don't know. He might, because he was pretty fearless when he was out there, man. He destroyed Sean Porter, and Sean Porter beat Devin Alexander, who was pretty nice. I thought he destroyed. Remember, that was the first time we seen Sean Porter get bullied in the ring like
that. We should put Gabe Rosado in the Hall of Fame just because of effort.
Oh,
you know what I mean? we got to put Gabe in the Hall of Fame. He beat Gabe way back in the day when Gabe was, when Gabe only had like 5 losses. You know what I mean? 4 losses. Or you haven't figured out how to click on the comments to show it. It should say show comment. Like you click it, highlight it.
Oh no.
It should say show comment. Hold
on.
It's good to put it up on screen so that way people know that we're interacting with them. So
I'm trying to see how.
When you slide over to it, doesn't say highlight or show. No.
It's saying it, but it's not doing it.
Yeah, you got control of the chat.
I see what you're talking about.
Yeah, if it's not showing, it's all right. But the StreamYard one is pinned right up there like everything else. See, it says click on comments to show it on screen.
Okay. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
You got me granddad at the helm.
Yeah, because you out here talking crazy about some good fighters.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah.
But you know what, man?
Stay on him. I'm
gonna tell you something funny about boxing that people don't want to admit. The best fighters are those guys who go out there and fight anybody. De La Hoya, Floyd Mayweather, Bernard Hopkins, Roy Jones. These are guys who will fight anybody, and that's what I want. That's what I want to see.
Listen, what happens is the business of boxing is starting to take over. Where if a person suffers a loss, they're considered a bum. They're considered unworthy. They're considered not to be. You know what I mean? Not to have value.
Losing is part of the fight. Losing is part of the fight game.
So why, when you lose a fight, you get dropped by the promoter, you don't get another fight for another 6 to 8. You know what I mean? You get put on the show. Think about it. Speedy Rashidi beat Alex Rocha and couldn't fight for another 9 months. Make sense.
You know what? What you get now is what I call a Floyd Mayweather effect. And that's the fact that everybody want to be undefeated, and they don't understand that, hey, like Roy Jones said it best, you can be undefeated if you steer your career a certain way. You got to remember, Floyd ducked Winky Wright. So people don't keep it real. He ducked Winky Wright. Winky Wright, him and him had the contract.
Yeah, he ducked Jermaine Ortiz too.
I won't say that. I just think that was a fight that didn't make sense for him. Fight didn't make sense.
Nobody wanted to fight Winky. Why Floyd had to be Superman?
But Winky Wright, remember, Winky Wright had just beat the heck out of Sugar Shane Mosley, And when he did that,
right. So he pretty much
nobody wanted none.
just go back and look at Bud. After Bud saw Spence beat the brakes off with Danny, he said, "Damn, I don't think I want that fight. Yeah, I'm good. I'm out of here."
I don't think that's what it is with Bud. Bud is an egotistical jerk, man.
Right. You know what? Hey, Bernie the boxer. Not calling you out. I'm not. Nah. I'm showing respect because you got to give it to get it. I respect you guys, but just stop telling on yourself. The way you phrase things and go about them, it just sounds to me like people be getting the better of you, and then you be acting up and trying to beat people up. But you know, we ain't gonna make this live about that. I think the fight started at 8 though, because ain't no fights coming up yet. I thought the prelim fights was gonna be on YouTube.
No, everything started at 8.
Yeah, the zone.
Hey, but you know,
so we cooking. Thank y'all for stopping by.
I'm gonna tell you what I want some work on, man. I'm tell you what I want some work on. I want some work on this Boots versus my man Virgil Ortiz, King Virgil Ortiz. That's what
by murder. Boots by murder. I got 100K on it.
I'm gonna tell you this. This is what Virgil's gonna do. He's gonna slow the fight down. Like by he doing did.
What? By walking? By walking
slow. He's gonna walk him down. Listen, he's gonna walk him down. He's gonna cut off the ring because you know people don't understand. Boots got wheels. He don't always have to use them, but he got some wheels on him.
Brother man, how tall is what's Virgil's size?
Virgil's about 5'10" and a half, almost 5'11".
You sure?
Yeah, he's actually bigger than Boots. I don't know if you ever seen them stand by each other. He's actually bigger than Boots.
We checking that. Man. We check it. Go ahead. I'm listening. I got
no, he's the bigger man. So what I'm telling you is, I've never seen Boots has never had anybody physically put their body on him, come into him, go to the body, and Virgil go to the body like one of the best in boxing. So he go to the body, and I'm telling you, he gonna pull the air out this kid, and probably 9th, 10th round, he gonna knock him out. He'll knock him out. And I want you to make sure you give him full credit when he knocks Boots out. Don't tell me he's not Roy Jones anymore. Don't tell me he's not the next great thing anymore once Boots knocks him out, because he hasn't been hit hard yet. Did you see how clean Karen was getting up under them elbows, hitting Boots clean? You better not let Virgil do that.
You better let every single one of them punches. Hey, listen, who's the killer on Virgil's resume that prepared him for a guy like Boots?
Neither one has that.
I think so. Wait, hold on. I think Lipinets prepared. Now, Lipinets was a little smaller, but I think Lipinets favors the same style as Virgil Ortiz.
Oh, come on, man. Lipinets from 5 years ago.
You see, but Lipinets could come back and beat Brandon Figueroa, and everyone just bats an eye like, oh, Brandon Figueroa. Bro, he beat the life out of Brandon Figueroa. And he's back to his natural weight, which is 140. So he came up to get this work, got slapped back down. He said, yeah, I can't deal with them killers over there. I can't deal with them dudes. You know what? This is where I belong. Who told me to come up there and fight this monster? Now, let's see. McKinnon said, didn't Calvin Nascus have your boy do stanky leg and crawling on all fours?
He did.
Okay. Let me guess. That was practice for when Boots catches him. He was just seeing what it's like down there. Okay, 5'10" goes down like, okay, I got you. This is what I'm supposed to do to end this fight. Get on one knee and wait for the count to be over. I got you.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this. So when Virgil stops him, I want to know, are you gonna give him full credit? Because how you do on the card, you don't give people their credit, man.
No, as soon as you wake up from the dream, I'll give you all the credit that Virgil Ortiz stops Boots in your dreams. I'll say, yeah, man, it could happen if you just close your eyes, go to sleep, wake up, and when reality sits in. By the way, how does that fight ever get made, in your opinion? Now, I know they like to pretend like there's no size of the streets or there's no business of boxing, but Golden Boy, are they gonna allow Virgil to come over to Showtime? Because I heard the DAZN production ain't really what you want to go to. You don't want to go to those fights. You don't want to be in the building. You kind of just want to maybe pay for it on TV. But you think he lets him come over to Showtime and get this work?
I think so, because if you remember back when PBC first started, them and Golden Boy worked hand in hand, and until Oscar kind of fell out with Al Heyman. But you know what it was? It was about those pictures. I don't know if you ever seen those pictures. And I don't like to speak about this, but De La Hoya had pictures of him in drag.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, Al Heyman released him to the world, and he's never forgiven him for it. So it's just, it's and that's how it's always been with Oscar as a promoter. He's not the same Oscar he was as a fighter. He's very petty. Just like Jaime Munguia. Jaime Munguia got all these fights and they fought nobody.
Yeah, I know. It's a golden boy strategy. You got Jaime, you got Zerto, you got Ryan, you got Ortiz, you got guys building up their records. And Oscar, you gotta love Oscar because he's literally gonna tell on himself all the time. He's like, I'm gonna build up their records. They're gonna be like 40-0. I think what his goal is to just catch the 50 that Floyd has and just rebrand himself 51-0. It don't matter who he fought, as long as he get to wear a hat that says 51-0, and he'd be like, yo, listen, I'm greater than Floyd Mayweather. I got 51 wins. Because the only championship, like, think about it. Jaime Munguia turned down 3 championship fights versus Janibek. Well, 2 versus Janibek and 1 versus Charlo. Name me another fighter in any division who's done that and that many times.
It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. It's just one of them things where, unfortunately, in boxing, they get to play all these games, and you know what, man? And unfortunately, us as the fans are suffering, and we really missing like Don King, people like that, guys who got the tough fights. Because now it's so crazy how people don't talk about this, but they isolated Don King. You got Don King putting people like Trevor Bauer and all these good guys, really good fights on, but you don't ever see them. So it's just they got everything locked up. It just I say the truth, man. The business of boxing kind of just makes me sick sometimes, man.
Yeah, I mean, the way you fix it is having guys so strongly believe in themselves that they're willing to say, let me out, I'll go over there, I'll go get the W, and then I'll come back. You have to think about it like this. It's a business, right? If they're trying to sign you to a few fight deal, say, no, I'm just here for a 1 in a rematch. That's all I want. Hey, we can't do it. All right, cool. I'm going back to the zone. And then when people ask you, why you didn't make that fight? Well, they wanted me to stay in a long-term contract, and I didn't want to stay over at Showtime. I wanted to stay with the zone. I wanted to get that one fight. Tell us the truth so that way we can now put the pressure on a Showtime. Why are you trying to sign this guy to a 5-fight deal? He don't want to stay over there. He's been loyal to the zone all his life. Think about it. Ryan is going to be allowed to cross the street, do a co-promotional, I don't know what it's called, maybe a co-promotional deal where he fights on Showtime, but the fight can be aired on the zone. And now that fight's being made. Ryan still hasn't signed the contract, but I'm looking forward to seeing if he actually signs the contract and gets in the ring. So, it can be done. Ryan is a good example of it can be done. So let's see it happen.
But that's a superstar, man. That's an unfair comparison because it just makes too much sense to have. And there's nothing better than black versus anybody. So you talking about black versus Mexican? Yeah. That's going to be huge, man. That's really
true. I mean, but if we give the people the credit that they deserve and the respect, every fight could be a big fight because they go, hey, what's his following? Oh, right here. Raise your hand. Put your hand up. Because we need to stop. We need to support boxing, not fighters. If we support boxing, then every fight's a big fight. Because guess what? The boxing fans will support the fight. We can't pick and choose who we're gonna. Okay, you know what? He's like this, so we're gonna support him. Nah, just support boxing as a whole. Support boxing. Be there for it. Show up for it. You know what I mean? Like every card be a big card.
You being unfair. You being unfair. I'm gonna tell you why you're being unfair. I'm gonna tell you why you're being unfair because for a fact every business is driven by stars. The reason Ali was who he was because he was a star. And all the guys who have a fan base get the most hate. Errol Spence, Deontay Wilder, Canelo Alvarez, Tank Davis. These are the guys who get the most hate in boxing. Why? Because they have a fan base. You can honestly say Anthony Johnson. Let me not forget about Anthony Johnson. Most of these guys don't have a fan base, and you trying to get people with no fan base to come out and see a fight. I mean, let's be honest. Devin Haney is the undisputed lightweight champion, defending, reigning lightweight champion, but he's never had a legacy a fight in his career. And who really wants to see him fight? I don't want to see him fight if I'm not a hardcore fan like myself. Do you want to see Corey Stevenson fight if you're not a hardcore fan?
Yeah,
no. That's what I mean when I say
I'm gonna be in New Jersey. I'm gonna be in the building April 8th because Keyshawn and Big Baby gonna be on that card.
Tell me about what you think about Big Baby, man.
Big Baby Miller. Oh, hey, we jumping all over the place now. Good fighter, solid. Want to see him against. Just keep upping the competition, and I feel like he'll raise his level to match who he's going up against, which means he's gonna match who he's fighting against, and that makes for good performances. Got a lot of skills because I've seen him box, I've seen him brawl, I've seen him bang, and it's just a matter of putting that all together. And you keep doing that by each time he gets in the ring, he shows us a new wrinkle. If he was only going in there and blasting dudes out, then I'd be like, all right, eventually someone's gonna try to box him, and that ain't gonna work because you just chasing the guy around and trying to throw bombs. But I think he has skills. He's still young. He's still a prospect. Honestly, he's not a contender yet. And don't tell me just because he's in the ranking makes him a contender. He's still a prospect.
Right.
ESPN just knows how to move guys up and down certain ranking systems because that now makes them more money. Hey, yo. Damn, I KO'd Bevo. Just like that. Down for the count. Yeah. You guys witnessed it right here. I gave him the 1-2. I feinted him. He stepped in. I stepped to the side. I slipped it. Hit the body. And it came over with the left. Not the right. Because y'all going to think I'm going right. No, right. And then I came over with the left. And Bevo was like, oh, yeah. All what you said was 100% correct. That's a visual aid for y'all people. If you're listening, if you watch this on the playback, you're gonna be able to picture and go, "Oh yeah, he ain't plant that dude. He right left, yeah, because you ain't gonna see that left coming." Hold on, can you see the private chat?
Hold on, let me get out of here. 1 second.
Yeah, you just click to the side of it. It says comments and it says private chat.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Okay. Shit, I'm about to put some music in this stream. Yeah, they might yank it down. Yeah, you good?
I'm good.
Okay. It's up. You got some undercard. You got some prelim fights.
Hold on, let me see. 1 second. Okay. I see what you say. I got you.
Yeah, I'm just asking over here so that way you don't got to discuss it in the live. We still talking back and forth.
Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so you good? You up and running?
Mine's ain't coming yet. It's staying 8 o'clock still. So.
Okay. Hey, we're gonna keep interacting with the people, man. So Alexis Rocha versus George Ashie. Ashie. I don't know how to pronounce his first name. This guy's a late replacement. Rocha was supposed to fight young, but pulled out. I'm not sure the reason. I'm not sure if it was unknown or just not disclosed to the public. There was something posted on Twitter that although his purse was about $75K for this fight, people kind of put their hands in his pockets. I'm not going to say who. I'm not going to name drop. It's not what I do. And he ended up with only 15. So he went from 75 to 15. Obviously, he's still going to take the fight. This is his first fight in the U.S. This is on a big card. This fight is in the YouTube Theater in California, and this is a big opportunity for him. We also have Kid Schofield as the co-main event. He is fighting for a WBA international title, which for some reason DAZN seems to have all their hands on all them secondary belts. I'm paying attention, Eddie. You about to start marketing these international titles as world titles. I see you, Eddie. I'm watching you. I'm paying attention. Every one of your fights got a WBA, it's silver, gray, green, yellow, purple. I'm watching you, Eddie. I'm watching you getting all those. I see what you're doing. We have here the WBA international champion. Like, wait, what? From where? Huh?
You know what's funny? You see Top Rank and you see the Zone doing a lot of HBO. And when I say a lot of what they used to do, remember HBO will always find these guys you never heard of, and they champions. I mean, they just really, I hate to say, they just recycling the same old formula, man. Let me find you Eastern European, and I'm gonna put a belt on him and tell him this is a big fight. That's what it is, man. Because the fact that people talk about Triple G like they do, and he absolutely ran from Andre Ward screaming and crying, and they're from the same generation, it's an absolute joke, man. It's a joke.
Yeah, well, see, to me, people like Triple G, guys who are not taking fight. Sometimes I even ask myself, like, I send out APBs in people's chat, like, who has seen or heard from Triple G? He got ordered to fight Lara. The WBA mandated him face Lara. I haven't heard now. Lara's over at Showtime. Triple G is a free agent because his last fight with DAZN put him out of his contract. So what's going on? Shouldn't we even have a fight announcement? Should we not have some type of, whispers? Because, nothing stays secret nowadays about this fight. Or is he retired and about to relinquish all his belts? Or will he do what he did last time, which is drop one of his belts because the mandatory got ordered? So I'm paying attention.
I don't know what he's doing, man. And it's crazy when you said, because it's the same thing like when Murata had the belt and we didn't see Murata. It was like,
yeah, certain people are allowed to hold on to belts and just not fight nobody. But then in the reverse, they want the black fighters to fight everybody. Contemporaries, everyone around them, everyone above them, below them. Hey, you go up to heavyweight and fight that dude. Then after you finish, come back down to your weight, defend your belt, then go back down another. Like, they move the goalpost so often. There you go. Go ahead, click on the next one.
Okay.
Yeah. So what you want to do is when the people are in the chat talking, just click on them so it pops up on the screen so they know that we're acknowledging who they're speaking about. You know what I mean? So don't worry, this chat gonna be flooded soon. I'm sending out mad links. You.
Hey, the fun thing about this, man, this is something I love. I used to be talking to everybody's head off about boxing, because in the real world, don't nobody know nothing about boxing.
Oh yeah.
They don't know.
Somebody said something which was funny and said everybody became a boxing fan because of the pandemic. I almost rolled over laughing because I guess they just spent so much time in the home watching YouTube videos that they became a boxing fan. I was just dying, like, yeah, a little, yeah. See, that's how you do it, right? So whenever, so I would put up, like when she says, when they wrote, "Hey, hand pink waving," I guess that's an emoji they sent us. Put that up, just so people know we interacted with the chat. We're being cordial. Fight started.
I figured I was going on. I figured I was going on. I think I'm catching on, brother.
yeah. But any more questions? I mean, we having good back and forth. So like during the playback, this is going to be good because also you can cut this out and make shorts out of things said here. Oh yeah. Well,
one thing I want to challenge you on. What am I not seeing in Boots that everybody's seeing? That's what I know I keep jumping around, but I'm wondering, what am I not seeing that you see?
I'm here for all of it. You're not seeing the work ethic. You're not seeing that when this kid was 16 years old, he was sparring and preparing Jared Hurd for the biggest fight of his career. and that he's been working with dudes like that. That Jared Hurd, before losing, was what? Like the man at 154, right? At 16 years old, Boots was his sparring partner. Because there are things that's happening inside the gym that we never get a chance to get privy to, but the guys around him get to watch and see. And little by little, they give you a little bit of like information, like, okay, this is happening, that. And I'm like, wait a minute, Jared Hurd. For what fight? Oh, whoa. I said, those are some heavy, like going up in weight where he fights, he has to spar a light heavyweight just so they can handle his power. When light heavyweight said the hardest I've ever been hit is by Boots. Wow. Those things resonate with me as and I'm not just saying, they just talking. They're building like a hype story. The guy wants to also prove it. Because there's certain dudes who they're gym legends. They're the greatest in the gym. But as soon as the lights get turned on, they wither away. Boots is saying, give me my opportunity so I can show you what I have been doing in the gym. So that way I can stake my claim as who I am and how great I am.
I feel you on that, but see, this is the thing. I just don't get where they're getting the Roy Jones from. Like, are you saying because of size? It can't be because of skill, because I think Roy is the second greatest athlete to ever box behind Muhammad. And you would never
go ahead. And he the third.
Oh no, who you got ahead of Roy? Who you got ahead of Roy?
No. He the third. Muhammad, Roy, and then Jerron, Boots.
Oh
yeah. Don't quote my word for it. Just go ask Roy himself. Roy said it. See, that's the thing.
I can't wait for my man Bro to stop this kid, man, so you can stop these lies, man.
everything I say it's hearsay because I heard Roy Jones, the second greatest athlete you've ever seen, say it out his mouth. He said, which dude reminds you most of this generation? He said, that boy Jerron Boots Ennis. The way he moves, the way he punches, man, you're gonna beat Ortiz with a jab.
Why? So what happens if he hits him? What happens if he get hit clean like he was doing against Karen? You see Karen.
He's gonna roll a punch. He's gonna roll a punch. He's gonna roll the punch.
Okay.
Right? He's gonna smile like, all right, you got me. Hands up. Gotta remember my defense, right? And then he's gonna come and hit you back. And then what's gonna happen? You see, the thing is, I'm not saying Boots has never been hit. He has been tested, which is what people have been asking for. People have been asking for him to see if he's got a chin, see if he can go 12 rounds or past 6. You guys keep asking questions, he's answering. People don't like that this man keeps answering all the questions y'all asking. You know that smart aleck in class? The teacher try to show him up by asking him a tough question, and then he answers all the questions, and she looks at him like, damn, try to get you, but you got me first. That's moves. Hey, listen. I love that you think there's someone that has no defense. I love it. Gregory, I love it.
That's extreme. That's extreme.
Gregory, no defense. That's right. Put that up on the screen. I need to talk to Gregory. Gregory, what's up? I salute you. Thank you for coming by. It's funny. You and the guy above had the same name, so I'm assuming this is a family thing. I see what's going on. Y'all trying to jump me in the chat. I see what's going on. I see what y'all doing. It's all right. No defense. Has Boots ever been down? The answer is no. Has Boots ever been stopped? The answer is no. Has Boots ever had an 8 count? No. Has he lost a round in his career? No. No defense. Well, why ain't nobody clip him yet? Just leave it like that. Yeah, just press it once and that's it.
Okay.
Gregory, why nobody ain't stopped Boots yet, man? He got no defense. This is boxing. We should have punched on him already. Let me guess. He ain't fight nobody. Gregory, I'm answering the question before you do. Did he not fight nobody? Gregory, talk to me, Bebo. What's up? Does he have no defense, or are you not going that far?
No, I'm not going that far. That's extreme.
I love the extreme. We got to talk about it. The extreme makes us want to talk about it.
That's extreme, and I think, and I'll tell you why it's extreme is because I've never seen that. I just don't think he's as good as everybody say. But that's just my personal opinion from watching, because I think he's a lot like it's not they don't fight the same, but I'm just thinking he's gonna be a lot like Zab Super Judah, where he's gonna be very accomplished.
Hey, Zab was undisputed.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think he's gonna be very accomplished, but do I think he's gonna be remembered as one of the best to ever do it? No. He's gonna be part of the Hall of Very Good. That's just me. And I wouldn't say being Zab Super Judah, there ain't no shame in that. Ain't no shame in that.
The great Zab Judah out of New York, New York. I mean, he could be a poor man's Zab Judah, but he ain't never gonna be no Zab Judah.
I'm talking about as far as
talent.
As far as accomplishments, where do I see his ceiling? I see him like being like a Zab, where he's very good, but not considered a greatest of all time. Or they calling him, like, when you say Roy, you're talking about one of the greatest to ever put gloves on. That's kind of tough. That's kind of tough to give him that already.
So you don't like to compare? Okay, tell me who you want us to compare him to. Give me your comp. Give me your not poor man. What's good, Just Do Boxing? Thanks for stopping by. Who would you compare him to from the past? Who would you say?
Salute, Just salute. I really can't compare Boots to nobody offhand. All I can really say, because I gotta see him fight tomorrow. I gotta see him fight more. And the thing that's happening, unfortunately, with a lot of these fighters, is just like the thing with Norman. They're not fighting enough. So when you see him go through a test, it looks worse than it probably really is, because they're just going through a test. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily meaning that, you know what I mean? It's a test. So I wish he could fight more so he can kind of get the kinks out, so I can see what he really is.
Who would you want to see him face, to test him? Who do you think give Boots his toughest test?
I would like to see him in there. If Rocha wins this fight, I would love to see him in there with Rocha.
Rocha fighting Crawford next. I'm sorry to bust your bubble. Yeah, I'm sorry, bro.
Hey, I heard the same thing, Phil. I heard the same thing.
You gotta. He over there, Golden Boy, right now, sipping tea and getting ready to sign that contract. He ready to fight it, to do a 10-fight deal with Golden Boy, because they ain't got nobody over there.
Yeah, it's just what the thing is. Boots is, and it's the funny thing about it. Pretty soon you're gonna see Devin Haney come to 147. Shakur gonna come to 147.
Oh yeah, let's talk about them dudes. Come on. Let's talk about Haney, Shakur, Tank, Frank Martin, Michelle Rivera is going up to 140. Who else? Pitbull Cruz. Let's talk about that.
I've never seen somebody get beat up, man, and get so much credit for getting beat up. Like, me and you both watched that Tank fight. Tank destroyed him with one hand.
Yeah, well, what it is now is these guys are getting those checks from the pay-per-views and start smelling themselves, because guess what? I ain't never made this much money. So now I'm not fighting anymore for the money. Now I can kind of move around like a brat. You know what I mean? I've got the money now. So now I feel as if I could pick and choose, where before you had the money, if I put you in there with a lion, you fighting the lion. You ain't had no choice.
It's just funny, man, because that's the thing about boxing that I'll never understand. It's like all of a sudden now guys ain't fighting enough and not getting a chance to test themselves enough. And it's just like, man, when you gonna give these guys a chance to get the cobwebs out, get the little stuff off from the gym off? Because really a lot of guys are looking rusty, man. I think when you see a lot of guys, you look real rusty because they're not in the gym, they're not in the ring enough. Like, you realize Errol Spence and both Bud have fought 3 times in 3 years?
Yeah. One due to unfortunate events. One was definitely by choice. I think, you know what? Bud Crawford might be Gary Russell Jr. in disguise. he might be Gary Jr. at 126. He just good. He comfortable. He ain't bothering nobody. He chilling. He like, hey, listen, if it comes, it comes. And I ain't really looking for it to come. So, I'm happy. I'm content. What you think?
I don't think it's that. I think he's been saying it for a number of years. He doesn't want to fight. His own trainer, I think his name is Bomac. Bomac said that
Ryan McIntyre.
he said we never been in a tough fight in Terrence's career. That's what he said. So
I telling on yourself. I told you.
That being said,
if you listen, dudes telling themselves.
Yeah, and that being said, I just think you don't want that because you got to remember, for him to beat Errol Spence, you got to give him his bite and you got to be disciplined with his jab. And on top of that, you look at his feet. His feet are not the same as they were 3 years ago. So he done lost some speed in his feet, and his reflexes losing. He's losing his reflexes too. And I just really think if he get in there with Errol, he's gonna get stopped. And it's just that simple. He's gonna get stopped when he get in there with Errol. You don't want. Go ahead.
I got it.
No, what I'm saying, you don't want him to. He don't want to get in there and come all this way and lose. You heard him when he made that tweet about the Cowboys. Is it better to never go to the game than it is to lose in the first round? I mean, it's better to lose in the first round than not go to the game at all.
To get a chance at the championship, you got to be in the game. So, you know what I mean? I'd rather want to be in the playoffs than not even to make it at all.
But you know what? We're not dealing with, and I got to say this about boxing in general. We're not dealing with guys who are out to be the best because they just want to do, like you said, the best earlier in the stream. People want to do what's comfortable. And it's comfortable to fight this guy and get paid. It's comfortable to say, oh, I got all these wins, but I can't name one person on your resume. I mean, it's just, I'm telling you, man, I really hope more fighters do what Tank and Devin did and kind of take their own future in their own hands. Like when Devin left the zone, he didn't have to do that. He already had a belt and he was already making good money. But he said, you know what? I want to be great. Let me go ahead and take this tough fight. Go fight George Kambosos in Australia, which was huge. That's a huge thing to do, man.
Was it a tough fight? Was it a tough fight?
It wasn't a tough fight because George was so one-sided.
So when he took the fight, did he think like, yo, man, that dude's a killer. That dude can really do something to me. Click on the next one. Just said something else. He took the fight, and yeah, you can read it.
Oh yeah, it said keep cooking, fellas. About to do the zone card too. Appreciate y'all. For real, don't stop the grind. Hey,
yes, sir. Just do respect, man. Respect. Thanks for stopping in. Man, I wish we could merge all the lives on YouTube and have everybody just on one platform talking boxing. That'd be crazy though. Everybody just yelling.
Hey, and one thing I'll tell you about, and it's cool that with me and you done partner it up, man. When you were a small YouTuber trying to come up, man, it's tough for me, I don't do a lot of cussing. So it's tough to be yelling and arguing.
Yeah.
And you ain't about to be cussing with them, you know what I mean? So it's like
correct. And it's the discipline you show makes people think that you can't handle yourself. And you're like, nah, it didn't need to get that deep. Or you know what I mean? I got kids in the next room where I look like cussing you out. And my kids is over there like, wait a minute, Dad, what's going on? Like, sorry, this guy said that Boots is a bad boxer.
Hey,
so that's why you cussing.
I was on World Combat Sports Live one time.
WCS, yeah.
Yeah. And a dude told him, I'm gonna come do this and that. And you know what WC was like, yeah, you wanna make it home to your wife and kids? And I thought, if it gotta get that deep, dog.
Right, leave. So, yo, you walk that way. You don't need to get none of that. Hey, people, we online, we in our homes. Yeah. What we doing? These type of beefs between people that you might never see. Come on. Come in the chat and be like, yo, that dude over there, man, that's one ugly mother. I'll be like, okay, thanks.
Yeah. It's just funny. It's funny you say that because I just never seen so many emotional men like you see now for doing this YouTube. Like I had a dude tell me something about he was gonna do this and that. And I'm like, dude, you on the internet talking like this? So it's just it's just a reflection, man, and that's what the promoters want us to do. They want us to go back and forth. They want us to not get along.
Yeah, we pushing narratives for them too. Like they strike the match, and we stand around and watch it burn. And we do it in such a destructive way that at the end of it, now you got people like this, where all we wanted to see was a good fight. We didn't care about who won, who lost. We wanted to see the fight, but they divided us where this side is yelling, we don't want the fight, and this side telling, this is why we're not making the fight. And you're like, wait a minute, damn, they got us. We wanted the fight, and they put something in the middle and distracted us, and now wait a minute, where's the fight that we was looking for? They tricked us. They tricked us out of getting what we want, which is the fights that we asked for.
Yeah, and you can't let people trick you out your position, man. That's the thing, man. They always want to trick you out your position, man.
All right, 8 o'clock, people. The zone card should be starting. I'm looking forward to this. You know, hopefully we get some knockouts to start so we can get right to the main card. I'm actually looking forward to Kid Schofield. He's a potential opponent for Keyshawn Davis, who's over at Top Rank. They've been going back and forth for a few times now, and looks like both guys are ready to get it on with one another. There's a big dislike there, and they are in the same weight class, so that makes for a very interesting fight if it does materialize. And it would be even crazy to see the Zone work with ESPN to make that fight, because I have a young prospect coming up. You have a young prospect. One of these guys are going to knock themselves off and take a loss. That to me would be like boxing is finally returning to the place of, getting better, where you can tell everyone is ready to risk their O to make a fight. Who's your favorite? Come on, you know his Boots. Gregory, why you think he's baiting me with these Boots? Asking me these questions, and I'm explaining to him. It's Boots. Boots is my favorite fighter. There are some other ones. I like Shakur. I like Boo Boo. Frank Martin. We can go up and down any weight class. Now I'll tell you who I favor, or who I can see what I like about their styles and what they do. Cool Boy Steph. I want to keep giving Cool Boy his props, because people think that Cool Boy is now getting on the scene because he wants to fight anyway. And I'm just like, casuals, please stop talking. This guy has defeated 9 undefeated fighters.
Didn't he beat Figueroa too, right?
Figueroa, Roman Villa. He's been beating dudes. And everybody like, oh yeah, now it's his test fight against Inoue. The dude coming up to see me? Okay. Well, after I knock him off, are y'all gonna say Inoue was too big or too small for the weight class? What are you going to then say to me, Fulton, who's been doing this? Because I remember I was going to go up to 26, beat Figueroa again for the WBC interim title. But I'll stay down and beat this monster that you guys are all talking about. And thank you, Gregory. I think Boots is nice too. And I do want him to get his shot, whether it's versus Ortiz, Ugas, Thurman, Bud, Spence. And if all those guys leave, I want to just see him tested, because I think my guy's going to win. So we have to see the fight. Monster is the real deal. Gregory, name me 2 fighters Monster has fought, and don't say Nonito Donaire.
Hey, man, I like the Monster. He gonna stop Cool Boy Steph. So I want you to be ready for that undercard. Cool Boy Steph is gonna lose to Monster anyway.
By knockout?
I don't know if Cool Boy Steph is gonna stay there to get hit like that. But if he don't knock him out, he's gonna beat him by decision. He was rocking them dudes at 122, man. Butler wasn't no bum.
He looked like it. Looked like he was on the bike the whole night. Matter of fact, he pulled the Karen. He just got caught because he decided to trade. But, I guess that means he's better than Boots, too.
Oh, come on, now. We ain't talking crazy like that.
Monster is Monster. Go to 147. You're going to stop Boots. When you replay this live, they're going to go, oh, my God. He said that. That's right. Oh,
I got one for you that might give Boots a fight. I don't know if he'll win.
Mm-hmm.
But Devin Haney might give Boots a nice fight.
Oh, I would love to see it. Hey, listen, he's big enough to make that weight right now because he's the same size as Boots. You believe that dude is 5? Yeah, you can believe that dude's 5'10", sucking down to that small little weight class, man. He's sucking down to 1. He must be cutting so much weight, man. Hopefully he
seen
can
this man
function.
look like a crypt keeper, man, when he went to his last weigh-in.
Yeah, I mean, no, I never knew that weigh-ins was a part of fights, but it seems that everyone wants to make them that way. To me, the weigh-in is just that you make the weight. Like, Sebastian Fedora, he makes the weight, he gets the fight. That's what it's supposed to mean, but everyone's not using that as a benchmark for these fighters.
Yeah, I mean,
you make the weight, you're free to play.
I tell you this though, man. I don't know about you, but I kind of hate weight bullies. Like Shakur Stevenson was a weight bully. He was way too big at 130.
Why?
He's 5'8".
He started at 126.
He's a welterweight, man.
He started at 126. The kid is only like 19 years old, right? When you're younger, it's easier for you to drop the weight because you're younger. When you're older, that's why you go up in age. That's why the older guys end up going up further because Jamel will stop. Jamal is at 160. Why would Errol Spence be in the ring with you mean Jamel? If you mean Jamel, that's a good fight. I would love to see it.
If you talking about Jamel,
click it. It's right over.
Let me get he talking about he must
Jamal. Yeah, everybody mess up Jamel and Jamal.
Yeah.
So my Mel, that's a good fight. I'd love to see it. Yeah, I'd love to see it. Listen, I don't turn down no fights.
I agree with that. I don't think it'll happen because Jamel is playing that buddy role too much. But I really think that he could beat Errol Spence. I really think he'll beat Errol and Bud. That's the real king. That's the real king at 154, man. I got him top 5 on my pound for pound list, man. He really
he moving up. Yeah, I don't know why it's clicking and then coming right off. You got the fights up? The fight started, Jeff?
Let me put it on. I think it's coming on
live. Yeah, it's live.
Hold on. I tell you what, though, man. Coming up soon, we're going to see how good Monster really is when you fight Cool Boy Steph, because that'll be a huge fight for him. Thinking about that now, that'll be a huge fight for him.
I missed it. What was that?
No, I just said that if Monster could come up and beat Cool Boy Steph, that says a lot. That says a lot.
And the credit will go after he defeats him. What will be said then? I'm just curious. Like, if he beats Inoue, right? Like I predict. Well, is it like what's the excuse they're gonna make for Inoue?
If he beats Inoue, I'll put him number 2 on my pound for pound list. Just that simple.
Okay. Number what? Number which one?
I'll put him at. I got Inoue number 2 now, so I'll put Inoue number 2. I will put him at number 2.
Oh, you put Cool Boy number 2. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Hope for the best. I mean, that's a great fight. Jamel versus Errol. I mean, if they make it happen, I think that would be one of the best fights, right now. Yeah, I think Jamel, that would be a great fight. Thank you for stopping by, Gregory. Thank you for being in the chat. Asking some good questions. Knowledge is right here. I got you guys. What else is going on in boxing right now? They have a lot of fight cards. Showtime has put out like 3 to 4 fight cards. February 11th, February 25th, March 25th. Showtime is really pushing out these cards.
I think they had all this stuff in the on the back corner trying to make that Errol Spence fight.
Correct, which just kind of lets you know how important it was for them to kind of get Bud and Errol in the ring. If they weren't trying to make it, why would they hold up so many other fighters? It doesn't make sense to me. They were literally if they were pushed out the fights and then they said, yo, listen, we can't do this fight. We already got too many fights scheduled or upcoming. Then you'd be like, oh, okay. But they did the opposite. They try to make this fight every which way possible. And as you see, someone walked away from the negotiation table.
But you know what? The thing was, I can't believe he thought he was gonna get somebody to open up their books for him. I mean,
that could have been a ploy from Bob Arum to see what's going on with PBC. That's how I looked at it. Like, send him as an agent in charge to go see what's going on with Al's books. But that's just me being, just overthinking it a little bit too much, going a little too deep into stuff.
I think the funny thing about boxing is this is the only sport where, because there's no overseeing body, it's kind of like Wild Wild West, man.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be if people play this straight. But what happens is that everybody just out to grab. Like, if they threw money on the floor, ain't nobody gonna be respectful trying to pick it up.
Hey, that's a good point right there.
Yeah, because that's what it is. Everything is a money grab. So it's like, all right, how vicious I got to be to get this cash? All right, cool. I got to do that. All right, cool. Like, that's why I didn't hate on Bud for going to go fight David Avenetian. What I got upset about was you lying to me and contradicting yourself about the $10 million, because there was just so many different holes in the story that he was trying to tell us.
You know, the funny thing about it is that, me and Bernie the Boxer is pretty cool. And, he really flipped out all the way out on me because of what him and his boys said. Mm-hmm. And it's like, for a fact that Earl won that fight, man. And for you to be mad at me about something that happened, that's how you know something. That's how you know it was mucked up from the beginning, because you got Timothy Bradley come out of nowhere talking about looking for a new person to challenge at PBC.
Mm-hmm.
That's all he ever did.
Had the chance to fight Errol and decided to retire.
I would have retired too. But don't get me wrong, Timothy Bradley did take one of my favorite fighters, Lamont Peterson's away from him. So let's not forget that.
Yeah. All right. So we up and running. We get into it. Now. Yeah. Yep. I'm up. I'm up. I'm up. Best part, because and this is why my name is called Undercard in Boxing, not just because of the big name fighters on the cards, but the guys who fill in. Some of them don't get the credit they deserve, and some of them might be working 2 jobs and just got off and ran to the boxing gym just to get this fight in, because this money's gonna provide for them for a couple of months. So I want to make sure that they get the respect they deserve, and someone at least is speaking about them or showing them, because a lot of people don't even realize that some of these dudes be fighting, and these people might turn into your favorite fighters if you knew who they were and knew their story. If someone was like, yo, listen, Jermaine Ortiz, while he's not fighting, man, this dude drives trucks. He owns a company. Like, oh, word? I could rock with that.
Hey, you said it right there. The whole term cab driver came from guys working regular jobs, trying to provide for their family and still fighting.
Right. But there's no disrespect to them. They did what they had to do. Like, which dude? The dude that just beat what's his name? Spark. No, that's this dude Spark, who beat Montana Love. He took a fight with Xander Zayas, 2 weight classes above his own. Lost, got knocked out. But guess what? He made enough money to now choose when he wanted to get back in the ring, to be more selective with his opponents. And if you think about that, they brought someone way down, way up to fight a bigger dude. And when he gets knocked out, oh man, he's a bum. He is thick. Yeah, do you know that his original weight class was 140? And he went to 154? Oh, no, I didn't know that. Exactly. But people just see box rec. You know what I mean? You have to literally go back several fights to see, hold on. Because unless you're a champion, you don't need to fight. You don't need to make weight for the fight. Like, you can fight in between. Unless it's a championship fight, you don't necessarily need to make weight. So if I'm at 140, I can fluctuate around 142, 145. And you'll see that their numbers are off, but the fights will still go on. It's because it's not a championship fight. If it's a championship fight, you have to make weight. And if you don't make weight, that's how you lose your belts. So you got to do that 140, right? He makes 140. He's at 142, 145. And they say come up to 154. How big you think that dude is that's at 154?
Usually about 170, 180.
Thank you. And when you get knocked out, oh, he's a bum. He's trash. Nah. He made a decision to try to make a fight, try to win the fight. He lost, got the bag, and now he quit his other job. Now he doesn't have to be, all right. We got, these guys look like little guys. All right, guys, we got a rock'em sock'em coming up.
Yeah. My wife loved the little guys, man.
Hey, they there for a purpose. And you know what? I give them their respect.
Yeah.
Why? Because they boxers, and anytime someone can lose their life inside that boxing ring. Give me 1 second.
Gotcha. I'll tell you the funny thing about boxing, though. Excuse me. It's one of the greatest sports in the world, but because it's not on a schedule, we lose out on so much money. So many good fights we should get, we don't get because of guys they got to come together at some point and make a schedule. Because us hardcore boxing fans, we the same boxing fans that was here in the 90s, in the 80s. And at the end of the day, if you remember the 90s, they had Friday night fights. They had HBO with their fighting series. We got to get more fighting series and more schedules so we can see the top guys fight. I mean, it's a travesty. It's a travesty to think that I've only seen Errol Spence fight 3 times in 3 years. Or I've only seen Bud Crawford fight 3 times in 3 years. I never got to see that Bud Crawford that fought. What's the guy's name? The Cuban guy.
Ugas?
Say it again?
Ugas?
No, the one that Terrence Crawford fought, the Cuban dude.
Gamboa. No.
Gamboa.
Yeah.
I never got to see that. The one that knocked out the killer Gamboa. I didn't get to see him again. And I look at Terrence now. He looked really bad in his last fight. Why? He looked old. He looked lethargic. He looked very lethargic. No energy. And he just happened to knock him out with some busted gloves. So that puts the whole doubt of what's going on with your gloves, man. And that goes back to these guys. It's the promoters, man. It's not the fighters. It's the promoters.
Yeah, but what happens if you're your own promoter?
Hey, only person I seen do that well was Roy Jones when he was giving his phone number out on TV. I don't know if you remember that. Remember Roy Jones gave his number out?
Call me. All right, so we have Colanzo versus Reyes. Oh man, this thing is. You got the fight up?
Yeah, I got it up.
All right, let's just start talking about what's going on. My thing is jumping all over the place. Let me see if I get a better one. Yeah, so what's going on in the fight?
Hold on 1 second.
We got Colanzo versus Reyes.
That's why I hate the zone, man.
Yeah.
That's exactly why I hate the zone, man. That's exactly why.
Man, my thing jumping around. It starts, it stops, it starts. I'm like,
that's what I'm getting too.
Oh. I mean, we on the same one.
I'm watching the donut go around the world. I'm like, when we gonna get the fight? But you know what?
The fights have started, and that's when let me see. Try it again. If anything, I'll share it with you. So stay steady. Yeah, so let me see. I'm pulling it up now. I'll make this the larger screen. Okay, so we got Reyes versus Colanzo, 2 minutes and 24 seconds into the first round. Moving around the ring. Colanzo's in the purple trunks. Reyes is in the black and gold trunks. Trying to establish his jab is Reyes. Moving around the ring well. Left, right, left. Looks like he's the mover puncher.
Hey, you know the funny thing about this, man? I can't wait. This is a side note. I can't wait to see what Frank Martin do at 135.
Oh, you're gonna clean up everybody and they're gonna feed them the tank. Nah, you got to get the guys ready behind them so that we can make money together. Like I see the vision. So what happens is, and if he knocks them off, or say Ryan, I mean Tank says I'm retired after he beats Shakur, Haney, and Ryan, right? You need somebody at PBC at 135. I got a guy right here. He's talented. He's got the look. He can talk the trash. And he gonna go out there and fight. So either way, Frank is in a good position. I say he go after Isaac Pitbull Cruz or Edward De Los Santos. Oh,
does Frank? You think Frank has enough power to really to keep the bigger guys off of him, like a Devin Haney? He probably won't get to fight Devin, or Shakur.
What, man? Did you see what he did with Jimenez, the dude who beat Rolly and got robbed?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That's a good.
That dude looked like he belonged at 154. That dude looked like he should be at 154.
I forgot about that, bro. That's why I'm glad you on.
I gotta fight him.
That dude was huge.
I gotta fight him. Yeah, you gotta fight him right now. Like, oh, okay. All right, cool.
I'll tell you the funny thing about it. I don't know. I don't think Frank can beat Tank though. I don't think he can beat Tank.
Nah, sometimes it's not about if you win or lose. It's about the competition you put up versus that guy that you're fighting. And from there, you can build his stock off Isaac Pitbull Cruz. He ain't win. He ain't complaining. Yeah, the background is good, but it feels like it cuts you out unless you have a green screen behind you. So that's what I was saying. To blur it, if you blur it, then everything that happens behind you is kind of hidden, as opposed to the brick. Because the brick,
I see what you're saying. Go in and out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to actually talk during the fights, but
hey, you keep going, bro. I'm not more of a commentator. I'm more of a results and watching type of guy. So
gotcha.
We're a good team. you the straight man. Hold on.
Let me just try something again. I feel like I'm here spinning circles, man. Just do 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 do. Thank you for everyone that's joined us. We are hour and 22 in. We talking boxing. We've covered a lot of topics, man. We could just talk about the upcoming fights because literally that's what I've been posting. I've been trying to keep everyone informed about what's going on in boxing because, we can say about the things that are not happening, or we could be happy for the ones that's happening and just, go ahead and stand behind those guys because they've already signed for their fights and they're ready to get it rocking and rolling.
Hey, that's a good point, man. You really got to just accept the fights that you do get because it ain't gonna do you no good to worry about the fights that we don't get. I mean,
yeah.
I don't understand that. I don't understand why people do that. They be like, oh, I want to see Bud. I want to see Errol. Fight's not happening. Why are we talking about it? Or I want to see Boo Boo versus Jamal Charlo. That's not happening. I really honestly can tell you the truth. I really think Jamal Charlo's having some real mental issues, man.
No. We scrapping that from no. Sorry, feedback. Nah, he not. And we're not even gonna put that out there into the universe because I literally was on his he put up a post of him and his kids playing Monopoly today. Like it's just a narrative people are running with. What Regis said in the interview was he's dealing with some things personal. Yeah, that does deal with the mind, but mental illness is something way beyond if my wife is sick. My wife is sick, so that's why mentally I'm struggling. Struggling mentally, like, is me, thinking of some other things that to harm, can't control myself. But if my wife is ill, I might be thinking about that a lot. I might not be able to focus and go into the ring and perform at my best because my wife is ill. So I don't know. Like, that's what was said in the interview, but people just ran with it and said mental ill. I'm like, that's not what you said, man. And when you play the interview, it's like, how y'all get y'all interpret? You know what? I'm gonna start sending y'all contracts, because the way y'all are going to interpret this is definitely going to be beneficial for me. Because by the time you figured out that I put some foolishness in there, you'd have already done signed. What? You got my third child? What do you mean I got to pay you even if I lose? Yeah, well, that's part of the contract. You signed. Have a good day. Get out of here.
See, I'm wondering, because I don't know if he'd be drunk, but it seems like every time he's on live or he's out, he sounds like he's drunk, man. Like, he just sounds drunk every time you hear him talk. I don't know if that's just how he talks. Like, he was on a live a couple of days ago, and the guy was like, "Get off the live, get off the live."
Yeah,
like, I'll break your jaw. What? Like, it's not a good look, man.
Man, listen, you realize that once you put someone in a fishbowl, right? They're not allowed to do anything not to be criticized. Britney Spears, as a cry for help, shaved her head, went into a mental institution. Everyone just laughed it off. Like, Britney just crazy. She was crying out for help. But how do you ask for help while still being the public fear of everyone? Yo, Jamal, when you gonna fight? Yo, Jamal, this thing ain't paid. Yo, Jamal, you gave me 10 racks last time, and I ain't see them 10 racks again. There's a lot of pressure on one person to perform, not only for himself, but everyone that's dependent on him. Y'all think about the weight of having to go do your job, and then if you don't do your job, your entire household is suffering. That could be mental. Think about it as a man, not being a provider for your family.
Hey, there's nothing worse.
Correct.
There's nothing worse than that.
Like, I don't want to call nobody a drunk. I don't want to say that. I'm trying to avoid all those narratives.
I know what you mean. It just looks bad. That's what I'll say. It looks bad. It just looks bad. It looks
bad because you're looking. Turn away. Don't look at it. If you don't look at it, it won't look bad to nobody. Because guess what? The policing that everyone's trying to do on the internet is not really helping him.
No, that's a good point.
Triple G never take that fight, but Jamal stops him. And the reason why they never take that fight with Triple G is because he'd have knocked his ass out. And then that boogeyman, that Bernard Hopkins, the most dangerous, feared dude in all of boxing, all would go away right after that fight. And then you can't bestow it upon Jamal because he's black. So that's why that fight is never going to take place. Because right now, he has 2 belts. Jamal has, he has 2 or 3. Who has? Oh, yeah. He has 2 belts. No,
but Triple G has 2 belts.
Triple G got 2. Triple G got 2. So the biggest fight right there at 160 should be a unification. Why Triple G ain't trying to he unified with Murata in Japan, but he can't come to PBC and we had to fight in Texas? That don't make no sense. And he's gonna make
I don't know.
I'm not saying you make more money, but I heard that Japan money is kind of good. Or that Japan money kind of slap.
You saw it's just like the UK fans, man. That place, those places be flooded. It be people everywhere, man. And that's the difference, man. Like, I seen what's the dude, Derek Desore.
Yeah,
a big man had a huge fan base out there, man. Some of these guys behind him, it's different. Because only in American boxing, you got everybody rooting for the guy from other country. Only in American boxing. I remember a friend of mine at work, man. We was watching Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder, and Deontay Wilder knocked Tyson Fury out, the first one. And, I remember him just throwing his stuff like, I knew it. But when Tyson popped up like Undertaker, all of a sudden his whole energy changed. But I'm trying to tell you, man, that's what they're doing a lot in boxing now, is they're just trying to create these crazy narratives and and it works. It always works. It's just like when they had Tommy Guns back in the day trying to match him up with Mike Tyson. If you can get you a good white boy to speak English and fight a good slick black fighter, gonna be big money.
True.
It's gonna be big money, man. Like
True.
it just really
I
will
mean,
be.
if Eddie is smart, what he should be doing is building those sacrificial lambs over at the zone. He should be building those guys who are gonna fight the guys over on this side. And guess what? You're gonna make them a lot of money, but they're all gonna lose. So
Yeah.
you build them up over in the UK. You make them a star. Like Conor Ben, come on over. Come get knocked out. Come on over, Conor Ben. We ready for you.
Man, he beat out Jury like he stole something. I'll never forget that fight. And then I heard he was on steroids. That really hurt me, man.
Yeah, because you knew Chris Algieri didn't deserve it. You were like, oof. But all he did was fight. He fought dudes all right about the exit boxing. His next fight, I guarantee, is gonna be Manny Pacquiao. I said it here first.
I don't know about Triple G stopping Jamal. That's kind of extreme, but
Canelo, Triple G beat. Yeah, but that's not the same. That's not the same Triple G. Triple G is 40 years old now, and looked that way the last time he fought. So, yeah, I believe he beat him twice too. But you see, you couldn't give it to Triple G because Canelo was the cash cow, and the cash cow can't lose against good fighters. You're gonna lose against bumps. Bivol was nobody. That's why they was allowed to put that loss on his record, because then you have the built-in excuse. Oh, he went up to 75, and that's why he lost. Not that he just got outboxed. And what in your right mind was you doing at 175 in the first place? You 5'6". What are you doing up there? And why, if you such a big thing, why you ain't go after Arthur? He got more of the belts. We know why.
But Bivol, I say this, you almost couldn't deny Bivol that, man, because he really took Canelo apart, man. He really was Floyd up with Floyd already did.
Yeah, he 12-0'd him, and that's why when the scorecards didn't represent that, it was just like, this is the problem with boxing, like when a guy puts on these performances and the record, because that's what these scorecards. Yo, what up, A Hill? When the scorecards, because these things are like, they're documented, they're written down, they're stored somewhere. When you go back and look at the fight, someone's gonna tell somebody, nah, Canelo ain't really lose that fight that bad. It wasn't that, you know what I mean? Because these things are being recorded for us to check out after. So, this is why it's so important to keep records. Because when we're not here, dust settles, they might look these things up and go, yeah, it wasn't that bad. No. So it was a close fight. Dude went to this thing and yeah. That's what happened. No, for real. That's what happened. Trust me. We know, he got 12-0'd by a dude he had no business being in the ring with. And now he about to suck him down to 168 and fight him in a rematch.
And beat him, probably. He probably beat
him. Nah, because he's old. And arm punches ain't going to work.
I think, I hate to say this, but I think Canelo is going down. I think people realize 50 fights is 50 fights, man. He's been fighting since he was 15.
Don't forget about the 12 in Mexico. Don't forget about the 12 unsanctioned fights that didn't get on his box recs in Mexico. Let's give Canelo his credit, man. He got 62 fights.
Oh, dang.
Eddie Reynoso.
No, I'm from the east side, here. I'm from the east side.
Yeah.
Cleveland only got two sides of town, the west side and the east side. So it ain't too much you can really put on.
I'm in Jersey, so it's the east side.
Now you know what's funny, man? My grandfather's from it's called East Orange.
That's where I'm from.
Huh?
That's where I'm from.
Wow, that's funny, man. He came here like in 60 something, but that's where he's from originally, East Orange, man.
Nice.
Is it gentrified out there real bad or not really? Not yet.
Not yet. But I'm not a native in New Jersey. I just moved here myself, so maybe I'm the one messing everything up. I just came. I came from New York.
Yeah, well, you came across the street, man.
Yeah. But you know, the hardcore Jerseyans would be like, yeah, you came over here, you know what I mean? You buying up all the stuff. So, you know what I mean?
What my boy Biggie call it New Jerusalem, right?
Facts.
I tell you what, though, man. I love Manhattan, though, man. I just like the thing I love about New York is it feel like everybody's like on top of each other. So it's so cool to be outside. I just hate that it get cold there.
Yeah. True. And you feel like everybody going in their own direction, not really bothering what everybody else is doing. Like everybody going to something. Like you going this way, you going that way. But eventually we're gonna get where we need to go.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's a dope city, man. It's a dope city. I'm hoping one day, man, to stay out there for a little bit, not for just for a little bit, man. I wouldn't mind spending the whole summer out there, man, or something like that.
Oh man, it get too crazy for you.
But see, I would live in Queens, man. I like the suburbs. I would move to Queens.
Can't move nowhere. It's a lot of love to be in exchange in the 5th round.
Yeah, somebody about to go down. It looked like somebody about to go to bed. That's why I like watching the Rocket Sock and Robots because they really ain't got no strategy what they doing. They just fighting.
Yeah, but what it is they put on the entertainment.
I'm just waiting for somebody to go to bed.
Yeah. Thank everyone for stopping through. Ask questions if you like. You know, we'll break it. Ooh. Colonzo throwing a lot of 11. Ooh. You going for broke.
He's throwing on that one, man.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he letting everything go. Oh yeah, someone going to sleep. Yeah.
It looked like somebody about to go to bed on this.
Ray is going to sleep. 18 seconds. If he don't get him out this round, he definitely getting him out next round.
Yeah, somebody definitely is going to sleep. Hey man, let me ask you a goofy question, man. Since you're from New York, so was Dipset real big in New York? Or outside of New York?
Absolutely.
Okay, I always wondered that.
It was iconic. It was, and I think it transcended out of New York too, and touched certain places like the pink fur, like that. Dumb things like I don't know, iconic. Like whenever you hear them, like literally, they could do a concert right now, and the whole city would show up. Matter of fact, they was at the Apollo Theater a couple days ago, and Drake pulled up, and it was
Drake pulled
up. Drake was in New York performing.
Sheesh.
Yeah, it was. I mean, they're still very big, still very relevant, and they captured the city at a time where, you know, they put up music that is still lasting until right now. Welcome to New York, Crunks. They have classics. Man, I bangs with them.
See, they used to be in the Cleveland, Akron, Kent area, but they was kind of like on some trash. So I was just kind of wondering.
What do you mean? Like you didn't bangs with the music?
No, I'm saying they was doing like illegal stuff here. They wasn't really doing music.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound like a
knockout. Knockout, by the way. You right.
Yeah.
Colonzo knocks out Reyes in the start the 6th round. Or was
he about to go to bed.
Oh no, he's sleeping. He already up on the thing.
Oh shit. See, mine was lit. Mine glitched this. You can't even say that was a nice shot, man. That was just
yeah. He should came to all the punches he was getting punched with. That was a good, interesting fight.
Of all time, man.
Of all time?
Of all time.
Oh. See, I feel like you got to be alive to see stuff to be like to say that that was your time. Because if you ain't see it, what you really talking about? I guess it's Floyd.
Yeah, Floyd's my favorite too. But this guy I've been watching lately is this guy named Salvador Sanchez.
Yeah, they talk about how big that dude was. Yeah.
Man, you got to watch some of his fights. He was a monster, man.
Mm-hmm. Tyson was talking about him. I seen a lot of Roy Jones was talking about him. He's like, yeah, you don't know. Oh man, Reyes just he just wobbled up there for a little bit. Man, that's dude looked like he stood up and did a little shake before he went down. Like, all right, going down like a tree. That dude tried to hit him with everything. Left. Ooh, that left cleaned him. Yeah. No more for you. Even the ref jumped on him like, man, get off my chest, bro. I just been punched and beat up. Get off of me. Triple G beat Canelo twice. He might stop Jamal. Yeah, Gregory, I think oh shit, I didn't even realize he had the Dipset flag up there. Why you gonna ask Gregory? Gregory knows what's up. He got the Dipset in his thing, bro. Yeah, man. That right there is iconic. That's how I put it. If you want me to describe Dipset, iconic. You name something, Coca-Cola, Dipset. I was upset they got destroyed by the locks too, but I forgot. I got too carried away with my fandom. You know what I mean? To realize that they going against legends. You know what I mean? As a group, like Jada. You know what I mean? And I just
it was just Jada, man. It was just Jada. It wasn't none of them other Jada. It wasn't Sheik or Style. It was just Jada.
But Jada is a legend. I want to have you name a rap Jada verse. You see what I'm saying? Never. 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 Not one. Not by accident. He ain't never dropped one. So you know what I mean? Like we put a lot of respect on that too.
I'll keep it real though. I got Scarface over Jada, man.
All right. Good night, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. I'm out.
You don't got Scarface over Jada?
I just disrespected my whole legacy in life.
Oh, you rough, man.
Now I got to go rethink some stuff. Go moving forward. You know, like is this where I really need? Is this where I am in life right now? Where people just say random things and just think it's okay. You know what? I hate the internet. I want us to go back to cell phones. That way only me and you can hear this. Because now people going to hear this over, and they're going to be in the comments like, yeah, me too. I agree. Scarface had that song about man, I can't recall, but he had a song. I
never heard Smile, never heard Can't Be Lied.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, you could just name.
Were all those used as samples on other bigger songs? Yeah, those songs. Got you. Hey, listen. I respect him for giving artists things to sample and work off of. You know what? He was a good sample artist.
Name me a classic that Jada had other than Kiss It. What was that Kiss? Was it the Last Kiss or something like that? The one he had with Rough Riders?
Why?
Yeah, that one.
No, why? Why is the song I'm naming? Don't try to take the song I'm about to name as a song I can't name. I said why. I win. Get out of here.
Oh, here you go.
Go back to boxing. I ain't into pop culture. I ain't into music. I want to talk about these dudes punching each other in the neck and in the face and calling the ambulance. That's just exact. Matter of fact, the way this fight ended was how I thought the Yard and Arthur Better B fight was going to end. I ain't think they was going to stop the fight. And I think Nick needs to be fired as a coach. He wasn't that hurt.
I don't know, man. You can't really get mad at a guy for trying to protect their fighter, man.
How many other world title opportunities do you think he's going to get after this?
He probably won't get another one.
Versus who?
I said he won't get another one, I don't think.
Exactly. This was his best shot. He put up the best performance, and you stopped the fight. Now, if I seen him go down the second time, because when he fell the first time, he got pushed. He didn't get hit.
Yeah, he did get pushed. Yeah.
Was he breathing hard? Did you see those gas tank issues that we saw in the Kovalev fight? True. But was he hurt? Hurt is where you're like, damn. Oh, ooh, yo, that could cause some serious. That I didn't see that punch.
Yeah, that. Woo.
Like this dude that got punched, got to go to the hospital after. He got punched on.
Hey, that was vicious, man.
Yeah. So dude was like, I guess dude just got. I guess once he started laying a couple of shots in it, he just kind of turned up his power. Like, all right, I'm gonna get this dude out of here. But that's what it is. It's about making a statement. If you can get a dude out in the 5th round. Oh look, they putting up Triple G commercials. Does that mean he's coming out of hiding?
Triple G.
Triple G.
That's what you want to say.
G5. We call him G5. G5 Jet, because I ain't never seen him yet. Katie Taylor. Katie, oh, by the way, what matter of fact, name a robbery that happened in boxing that you recall last year.
You said a robbery that happened?
Yeah. You know, that you recall. He jumped off. See? My show now, people. Let's go. Let's talk this boxing. What's good, my peoples? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Undercard in Boxing, where I will be bringing you all fight updates, fight dates, location, who's on the undercard. Very important to me that these guys get their just due, their respect. Everyone that steps in the ring, win, lose, or draw, we're going to support. We're not going to throw people away just because they lose. You know, I think Anthony Yarde beats Bivol. I said it. Yeah, he's coming off of a loss, but I guarantee you they won't match him up against him. I don't think that Eddie Hearn is going to make that Bivol fight. I think, and we know ESPN and Matchroom don't really like each other, especially what's his name? Bob Arum. Bob Arum, maybe 2 people he dislikes. I think one of them is Eddie Hearn. Hopefully it does happen, but slim chance to none that you get Arthur Beterbiev versus Bivol. And they were already talking about Callum Smith as his next opponent, another guy who's going to get punched on. But I think Yarde, the Yarde that fought Arthur, beats Bivol. It's my opinion. Could be wrong, could be biased, could be just because I saw Yarde, he's fresh in my mind. But he hurt Arthur a few times in this fight. But it seems as if when Arthur gets hurt, he turns into a wild animal and just starts like kill or be killed. And he wasn't about to get killed today. So therefore he fought back. And it seemed that when Yarde tried to jump on him when he was hurt, his response was to punch harder and to fight harder. Like he retreated, and it seemed like played possum, where he kind of waited till Yarde shot his load or tried to get him out of there, and then responded viciously and more angry. And I was just like, wow. Could you imagine that? You punch somebody thinking they hurt, and then you go after them, and they punch you back and hurt you, and now you like, damn, we both hurt. That happened a lot in the fight. If you go rewatch it, Yarde hurt Arthur a bunch of times. Welcome back, Bevo.
Yeah, he definitely did, man. You really just brought it down to exactly what it was. The guy, if he was in there with anybody else, he would have won. Yarde looked good. I just think, like you said, they shouldn't have called the fight because this was going to be his last opportunity to get a championship.
Hey, yo, go out on your back, bro. Don't go out standing. Come on. Go out on your back. Man. But
follow your sword, man, at this point.
And we all not everybody's Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, he fell on his sword really bad. I mean, after that second beating, the fact that he came back for a third fight, I always give him credit for that because I would have never came back for a third fight, man. I would have never did that, man. Like, not after getting beat up like that, no.
When you feel you've been cheated, you're given an opportunity, you're gonna take it any way you can.
Well, let me ask you this: Do you really want to see the Bivol versus Canelo fight? I don't. I really don't want to see that.
At 168.
I don't want to see it at all because I don't think that Canelo can beat him.
Well, this is if he beats him, maybe he retires him, and then we don't know got to see him again.
You don't like Canelo?
What? Man, don't get me started on the biggest duck in boxing. The one who has this sport literally wrapped up with I'm not fighting my contemporaries. I'm not fighting guys in my weight class. I'm not fighting my mandatories. I'm not fighting you if you say you don't like my hair. What'd you say about my pajamas? No, I'm not fighting you. You don't like my silk pajamas. Wait, did you not come over and kiss my ring when I walked into the room? I ain't fighting you. All right. That European guy? Oh, he's the best? Okay. Hey, John Ryder, come make this money. Come on over, John Ryder. You the man. Use the man.
So you forgot about Austin Trout. You forgot about
end of his career.
Mosley.
End of his career. You
forgot about Miguel Cotto.
End of his career.
You forgot about Lara, right? That was close, right?
Lost that fight. Give me 1 second, Bevo.
All right. You know what? I'm not going to participate in the Canelo hate because Canelo Alvarez is a great fighter. He just is done with a lot of, well, not really. I take that back. A lot of people haven't done that. He's just doing some stupid stuff by not taking the hard fights, which makes sense because Canelo, man, is the biggest star in boxing, and he doesn't really want to get better. You can say why he doesn't want to get better. How many times has he tried to fight that style that Floyd beat him with? He hasn't. At the end of the day, Bivol beat him with some of the same type of tricks that Floyd used. And Floyd was like almost 40 years old and smoked him. So it's like, if we're talking for real, I mean, Canelo hasn't any desire to get better. I think a lot of it goes to his coach, Eddie Reynoso. I think he need to get away from him. Sometimes boxers have to know you have to get away from a trainer. And sometimes a trainer, salute my boy GD in the building. But sometimes you got to get away from a trainer because it just might make more sense for you to get a different look. Like one thing about Anthony Joshua, you got to get a kid credit for is that Anthony Joshua is willing to try something different. Okay, I got Robert Garcia, it didn't work. Okay, let me try Derek James. Let's see how this does. And really, in boxing, man, you can never be afraid to try something different. And Canelo, I hate to say it, looks like the same fighter he was 5-6 years ago. Very limited in certain aspects. Only can really – the thing is, he even kind of lost some of his waist movement. Like, that was one of the things that made Canelo special, the fact that he could move so well around the waist, and he kind of lost that now. And it's like, for him to fight Bivol, it'd be just like when Wilder fought Tyson Fury. I don't need to see that because you're not going to win. I really, honestly, to tell you the truth, I want Canelo to either go fight Boo and David Benavidez or get out the division, man, or retire. Because all he's doing is holding up the belts. And I think he'll beat Boo. I think he'll beat David Benavidez. I think he'll beat Caleb Plant. I don't think these guys can beat him, but I don't think he wants to take those tough fights. Because in a way, let's be honest, man, those fights are, high risk, very low reward for Canelo because Canelo can't make any more money than he's already making.
What do you mean? He'd probably get his highest payday if he fought the likes of his biggest payday came on Showtime, I know he was overpaid. I know he was overpaid by DAZN, but if you notice, what's happening to his pay-per-views?
They've gone down and down ever since.
Correct. So guess what? He's no longer trying to generate any new money. He's just banking off the money that he's already been paid. And shout out to GD stepping into the chat, checking us out. We were supposed to be commentating these boxing matches, but the zone.
Trash can water. Hey, and I'll be honest with you. I love the sport, but I don't like how Eddie Hearn came to America. He said he had $1 billion war chest, and all he's done since he's been in the sport is lie, give bad information, and continue to really waste people's time. Eddie Hearn's the same guy who kept Anthony Joshua from $50 million guaranteed. I mean,
we don't talk about that.
if we and it's the funny thing, Anthony Joshua had more of a chance against Deontay Wilder than they thought.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
guess what? They were so scared of his power that they didn't give it. They didn't give it to him. And now you got Anthony Joshua going into another fight. I mean, he can't beat Joe Joyce. He really can't beat.
Well, he fighting Jermaine Franklin. He fighting Jermaine Franklin.
He's gonna kill Franklin.
Nope.
I mean,
nope. The Franklin that you saw almost beat Dillian White on like 4 weeks' notice.
I thought he beat Dillian White. I thought
my thought exactly. And I think with now having 8 weeks to prepare, being able to get a check, the biggest check of your career, this is the opportunity of a lifetime. You knock off AJ with 4 losses. Yeah, he's still marketable, but he ain't the same guy that's gonna keep walking around acting like it's all good on these sides.
Yeah,
I think if he gets another loss, that may be it, and maybe he takes the Wilder fight as his way to cash out completely. Like, I'm already done. I'm gonna cash all the way out. Like, give me Wilder. I'm gonna go get knocked out, and I'm gonna take this bag and go retire, and say I lost to, a Hall of Fame heavyweight fighter.
Hey,
so why he ain't make the fight, GD? Why he ain't fight Boo Boo? Boo Boo, he old. He 34. He got slow feet. He don't got no power. Why he ain't take that fight at 54 and 60? Don't tell me it make no sense.
It didn't make no sense.
That don't make. I'm
gonna tell you.
He'd have been undisputed at 160. He'd have been. Name another fighter who's been double undisputed. I'll wait.
Only person I can say is Clarissa Shields, but they don't count that.
No, we count it. We count it. We have to start counting it. I'm saying in the men's division, the women, she's a 3 times.
Yeah, she's champion. Well, I honestly, to tell you the truth, man, the thing with Canelo is I don't know why he moves like that, but he's like a little diva, man. I hate to say it like that, but he just moves so funny. He don't even do what makes sense. If he fought David Benavidez in Texas, or let me get into this. If Errol Spence fought Canelo at 160, 162 at Dallas Stadium, oh my God.
Yeah.
Remember, that's the fight me and you heard about on the card that we never got. That's the fight we've been hearing about for about 10 years.
Not 10 years. It was 2 years
5
ago.
years.
Two. They offered him that contract last year. Before he re-signed with DAZN and fought Bivol and Triple G, he was offered to fight Canelo. He was offered to fight Errol Spence, David Benavidez, or Charlo. Errol at a catch weight, and David at 168, and Charlo, I think. Like, he had a choice of those. Literally, they gave him all of the guys over at PBC to fight, and he said no and went over to DAZN and took the bread. And I think the offer was like 50-something million.
But you know that for a lot of years, I'm counting this from being a big fan for a lot of for about 5 or 6 years. That was always the talk that one day, because Errol Spence is a middleweight. Let's be honest, he's a middleweight. So it was always the talk that one day Errol Spence will come with that and be the guy to beat Canelo. But I got to get on what my man GD said. He's saying that Benavidez beats Canelo. Tell me how. He got fast hands.
Pressure.
He got pressure, but what's going to happen when he gets hit back? I honestly can say I'm kind of worried about.
How does that smaller dude punch all the way up to hit that bigger, tall dude, bro? He arm punching Bivol, who ain't much taller than him. What are you gonna do with like a 7-foot guy? What are you punching? His sternum? Oh, low blow. You forget you forget how short Canelo really is. Canelo is a short dude.
He like 5'6", but think of this, man. When he go to that body, hey, you kill that body. I don't know. From what I've seen with David is just, and I hate to say it, I like the Mexican monster, but he's your average, super slow-footed Mexican fighter. He don't move very well. He only coming forward, and he get hit a lot. I mean, and you can't let Canelo hit you like he be getting rocked, man. Let's keep it real on the card. He be getting rocked, and you know David be getting hit.
Who rocked him? Who rocked David?
I don't mean like knocked out or buzzed, but I'm saying he be getting hit. He be getting touched.
He's not boxing. Boxing get hit. I'm watching a boxing match right now. The dude's punching the other guy in the face. This is why we watch it. If the guy was just standing there and using his feet and, you know what I mean, he touched him over the head, we'd be like, this ain't boxing, it's love tapping. You get punched. But your punch resistance is important to how you deal with someone who can punch. Like Speedy versus Villa. Right. Speedy was punching on him, but his punches had no resistance. That's why the guy just kept coming. And eventually, when he took his eye off the ball for a second, he got dropped. Why? Because the punches that he was punching him with wasn't affecting him. And that's my thing too. Like, you're both going to exchange punches. Who can handle the punch better? Yard took some punches last fight versus Arthur. And I was like, oh, he could stand up to the power. But could he stand up for it the whole time? No, which we saw. Oh, GD's going crazy in the chat. GD's going crazy. GD, what's up, my brother?
I like it. I mean, I'll be talking to my man G all the time in the comments, man. That's my guy right there.
Dude, thanks for stopping.
I want to talk about now, back when Andre was more active, no doubt Canelo would have lost.
I think he still loses right now, GD. That's my opinion. Because Canelo has become flat-footed, and Andre, even at age 34, can still move and dance and be awkward like he is and move around the ring. Work rate, Canelo pop shot. Ain't left, Canelo breathe. Yeah. I'm trying to tell him, GD, that Benavidez stops Canelo. Easy, like 4 rounds.
I don't know, man. See, this is the thing. You gotta have defense, man. And if you being honest, David does not have much defense. He's coming forward.
I don't need it when the other guy's laying on his back.
You say that.
When you looking up,
let me ask you this. So wasn't that the same thing we thought was gonna happen when he fought Caleb Smith? What was the other guy? Rocky Fielding? No, remember Rocky Fielding was real big. What did he do to Rocky Fielding?
Oh, body shot. Come on, the UK
body shot.
UK dudes can't take body shots to save their life. Ask Usyk. Ask Fury. The game. This is the thing. Like, we're not trying to reinvent. We know how to beat these guys. That's why they don't bring them over here to fight no more. The UK fighters don't like body. That's why every time Joshua went to Usyk's body, he took 17 steps back. Like, whoa, my boy, whoa, hit me in my face. What are you doing? Come on. Bro, rewatch that fight and watch how much time he was hurt by a body shot. The second Fury versus.
You see when he had Usyk buzz though, right? You seen that, right?
Yeah, and he didn't step on the gas. It happens, bro. You know what it is? The killer instinct to know when someone's hurt or how they react. Sometimes it's not there with certain fighters. Like Yard hurt Arthur 3 times this fight and then step on the gas. But when Arthur gets hurt, man, he turns into an animal.
Yeah, Arthur is, you know what? And like I was saying earlier, Arthur is special, man. He got power. But he can box a little bit.
By chance, did you see Father Time in the ring with him?
Yeah, he was in there with him.
Okay, all right. Hey, as long as he showed up, I was praying for him. I was like, come on, Father Time, please show up today.
He wasn't there today. And you know what? You know, we talk about
he was there with how he was like getting damaged, because if that's gonna keep happening every fight, they're gonna stop one of these fights that he's in because of a cut. He gets cut a lot, and this was me, man. As soon as that cut, I said, "Stop the fight! Yard by decision, cut, technical cut. See y'all in the rematch."
Hey, and it's a funny thing. We don't even get on the fact that Bibble is ducking Beterbiev or
because he's not.
Yeah, whatever you want to say it. We don't even admit that he's ducking him.
He's not. He's not because Eddie Hearn. Oh, go ahead.
No, you just said it's about legacy and getting all the belts. He got a chance to he can get all the belts.
Bivol is not controlling his career. You have to understand. See, if it was Frank Warren, because Frank Warren promotes Anthony Yard. If it was Frank Warren, as you can see, they have no problem working with ESPN. Oh, the dude is down. He's down. Body shot. Oh man. Ooh. So we have Sierra versus Melazet. I can't pronounce the dude's last name. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Look like a body shot in the third. Melanin? No, I ain't it.
Hey, you better stop before you get us canceled, man. You better watch out. The woke boys will be honest, man.
Hey, melatonin is something you can take to go to sleep. See, y'all gotta learn something. Now this guy's teeing off with left hands. Will this guy fire back before this round's over? He has 22 seconds. Can he finish him? He was already down for an 8 count. 17, 16, 14, 13. He is trying to walk him down. This guy is firing back. So although he was down, he doesn't look like he was that badly hurt. Oh, he's down again. Oh, he just fell. Oh, wow. He threw himself on the floor. The fight's over. Ref, well, how you counted? It's over. He ain't getting up. Oh, that dude got power. That dude has power. Yeah. I've never seen someone jump on the floor as a way to quit. Oh, and he cut up. The dude said, yo.
Wow, boy, you said he jumped on the floor.
I think they listen, check the arena because they have to be gunshots because the way he fell on the floor, it felt like someone was firing. No, bro, that was a punch. That was a punch.
Hey, you know what that remind me of? You remember when Wilder was fighting Tyson Fury the first time and Paulie Malignaggi was like, he looked like Tyson Fury's getting shot.
Because he saw his body just reverberating, like just shaking. That dude got power. Let me check this guy's stats right here. You know, I might have Canelo's kryptonite. Let me see. He's European. Let me see. If this kid's at 168, I know who Canelo's fighting next.
Oh, you're right. It won't be Morrell, I'll tell you that.
Hey, Bevo. Hold on. Let me put your camera on real quick. Put your camera on real quick.
Oh, hold on 1 second.
Put your camera. Hold on. Let me.
Hey, it won't be your boy. Hold on 1 second. I gotta fix my background.
No. You good? Leave it. It's gonna be quick.
Okay.
I might have some news on that. Have some. Nah. I'm gonna tell you off for this. Then I'm gonna drop my video on it. Then it's gonna go crazy. Then you're gonna be like, that dude told me that.
I'm gonna drop something on you, and you heard it first. I want you to hear this.
All right.
Virgil Ortiz is gonna stop Boots. I want you to hear that first from me. BBO Boxing, we never cheat the fans. We give the fans the best of the best. We're doing everything we can to bring you the best in boxing daily. And don't forget, I said it first. Virgil Ortiz is going to stop Boots. Shakur Stevenson is going to beat Devin. And Shakur Stevenson might get his first loss.
Might get
here from BBO Boxing first. Shakur Stevenson is the only man. Shakur Stevenson is the only man that can beat Tank Davis. It's that simple. So you get the 147. Only person I see beating, nobody can touch Tank except your boy Shakur Stevenson. I said it first. You're going to hear that coming soon. Man.
He can't be Canelo's next opponent. He got the Mexican hat. I'm sorry, Canelo. I'm going to go find you a UK dude. I ain't see the Mexican hat. Sorry. Fight's off. Canelo was just about to sign. He saw the hat. Now he pulled back the pen. He threw it out the window. He's out.
Hey, that boy Canelo made me laugh. What do you say? I don't want to fight. I fight for Mexico. Man, shut up and fight. That's all I wanted to do, man. Shut up and fight. But every time you ask Canelo to fight, it's a problem. Fight Jamal Charlo. Who is he beating?
Problem. Yeah, he has to have a better resume for me to beat him, so that way you can tell me how great he is after I beat him.
And you know what? I ain't gonna lie. Canelo got, and I'm a Canelo fan, and they make you not want to be. Canelo got some of the most racist fans in boxing. If you say anything about Canelo as a YouTuber, creator, you all types of monkeys, you this, that, and the third, you black bats, all against Canelo. At the end of the day, we want the best to fight the best. Because my favorite fighter when I was growing up was my man Felix Trinidad. So everybody that know me, I love the Spanish fighters. De La Hoya.
Right. And they fought everybody.
The list goes on.
They took on all check. What? You took it? Sign it. Sign. After this fight, sign it.
You couldn't tell me that De La Hoya had to fight B-Hop. No, he didn't. But what did he do? He was beating B-Hop like he stole something the whole fight. Got hit in them. Hey, got hit in them kidneys. It was over with. It was over with, man. And that's the thing I got to tell you about Canelo that make me laugh is This is the most talented guy in boxing, but scared to take a chance. What's that?
What happens is he being coddled throughout his career, where everyone stands around him. You're great. You're the best. You're everything. Don't change nothing. Just keep doing what you're doing, and we gonna keep getting this bag. This money that you getting fighting dudes that we don't even know who they fought last. Don't worry about it. Your fans gonna support you. But what happens is the fans is now dwindling down and down and down to the point where Canelo's gonna have a fight. It's gonna get sold out, and no one's gonna watch. Canelo had a fight for real. Who you doing?
I gotta give a big shout out to my boy Just Do, saying Cook. Hey, you know what? I gotta say this though. Canelo is just really killing me with it. He's really killing me with this not want to fight nobody stuff. Because it's getting stupid. Now it's Mexicans, then it's black fighters. And really him being on that app, I'm gonna tell you that was the biggest mistake of his career. Fighting on the zone was the biggest mistake of his career.
It always will be.
His fan base.
You know, it's funny. Someone said the zone is catering to the people who buy the app. So we're upset with the people who go over there, but in actuality, he's doing the right thing because he is raising the level of European fighters who fight on it. Like they watch the app. We, as a secondary party who is, watches it, he doesn't care about. Look at these stadiums. All right, so we have KO, and we got Floyd Schofield coming up. Keyshawn, are you ready? Let's see. That's another kid with a lot of offense. Matter of fact,
no defense. See, I see like offense, no defense.
I ain't say I like them. I think
Keyshawn supposed to get that guy out of there. You know that, right? Yeah, Keyshawn supposed to get that guy out of there, and he did. He's supposed to get that guy out of there, and he did.
We'll see.
Keyshawn Davis is a nice fighter, but I really want him to hop off for the whole Bud Arrow saga minute and worry about your own career in life, man.
Agreed.
It's just it sounds kind of like, you guys doing something you want to tell us? I don't know what's going on with these guys, man.
Nah, what happens is they instead of like as they're boxers, they also become fans. So they jump up and ride for if that was my cousin, and my cousin said he want to fight you. I'm not gonna be like, yeah, he gonna fight you. What's up? Yeah, and he gonna put you yeah. Because that's how their relationship. Like I told someone this, and they told me I was capping. And I was like, Keyshawn can't fight Shakur because Shakur has signed Keyshawn. He's the first fighter under his promotional banner, so they can never fight. That wouldn't make sense. Contractually, you're my fighter. Bro, what you talking about? That don't make no sense. They have 135. He at 130.
Yeah.
Andre Ward couldn't commentate on Shakur's fight when he was advising him. You want to tell me they're going to fight each other?
No way.
Right. I'm lying. I'm capping. You're right.
That's and the funny thing about that's the business of boxing, but that's another guy you just named who really, as a commentator, he's nothing like he was as a fighter. Andre Ward don't keep it real. Him and Timothy Bradley both don't. They be in a lion, man.
I had to mute my ESPN broadcast today. What you doing? I thought you listened to the fight. I was like, I can't listen and hear what they're saying because y'all had a good round. He hit him with some clean shots, and all I heard was how Viterbi was like this at the end of the fight. And I'm like, it happened, but we saw it happen. What about the rest of the fight? It was 3 minutes. You only talking about 30 seconds? Right, cool. He won the round. So every scorecard, 30 seconds. Up, 10. 10. That's a 10-8 because he looked like he stumbled there. Yeah, 8. Like, wait, what's going on?
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah, but the news is I can't break the news here.
I know what you're saying.
Raven Morrell might definitely get a shot at Canelo before some other dudes do.
I think so too. You know what? And I'm gonna tell you why. Because he got that WBA mandatory, and they don't play around. The WBA and IBF, when they say you're gonna fight somebody, you're gonna fight them, or they're gonna strip you. This ain't Mauricio Suleiman where let me hold your jock strap, please.
I saw Mauricio running around with a Canelo hat. I was like, tell me your bias.
Hey,
without telling me
you ever seen that? They didn't do that for Ali, man.
I should have came downstairs in my Rise podcast shirt so you could be like, yo, who's your favorite fighter? I'm like, nobody. This just says rise up. Rise up. Like,
I see that same thing, dog. I was like,
the dudes over at the Ride podcast, I support them because what they're doing for the community. If you actually go into their live and listen to them, they're doing so much. Like, yeah, it's for Tank, but Tank is this much of what's being talked about, and he's the biggest name over there because what they're doing is bigger than one individual. The kids that they helping, the people, man, they telling stories. I'm just like, yeah. Sports saves people's lives, took them off the street, gave them a purpose. Oh man, why are you so disciplined? Well, I found sports very young. Why you curious? Well, I found sports very young. Yeah. So the things that they're doing over there, I'm like, I support the Rise podcast. Tank, of course, he's a great fighter. I love watching him fight, but I support the Rise because what they're doing in the community of Upton, where it's rough.
I say this about Tank though. Tank is one of those fighters, man, to where once he starts to talking more, speaking more, he gonna really blow up. That's the one thing. That's the only thing he missing. You got a guy who's too quiet, that good. I mean, once he come out that shell, I mean, he doing what, $8 million at Capital. The doggone Wizards can't sell out that arena, and you selling it out. So it's enough said who he is. Under 147 is not a bigger name in the sport. And I can't wait. And I can't wait to him and Sugar Shakur. We're not gonna see it to 147, but when they get in the ring, man, we talking about.
It can't happen at 135.
No.
But that's Tank's natural way. He's not gonna stay around and.
Tank. See, when I tell you Tank's going to 147, it's because of natural progression. As he's up, as you see, everybody's moving up. He's going to move up there, and I don't see him.
He's a little dude. He's a small dude.
So he the same size as Manny Pacquiao.
Manny had that.
Oh, there you go. You take it away.
That.
There you go. Undercard boxing live right now, taking away people's accomplishments. His usual, not giving people their credit. That's your boy Undercard live from New Jerusalem. Not giving people their credit, man. That's my dude right there. He's not giving nobody their credit. The man came from sperm weight, knocking things up at 154. Man, get a man his credit. Beat Keith Thurman to death. Beat Adrian Broner to death. Come on, man. Get a man his credit. And he would have killed Ugas, man. He would have killed Ugas if he was younger.
Oh man, so
Here you go.
I'm giving. Yeah, 10-time champion. He a 10-time champion.
The big division.
Eighth division.
Oh, man.
The greatest.
He was juicing.
The greatest. He the greatest. Canelo. He the greatest. Now I want to point to where they put it. So
hey,
I want you to stay black.
Hey, but you know what? It's the same like when my boy Ray Lewis had that deer antler spray under that tongue. That's part of it, man. Them guys cheat, man.
Hey, listen, Ray Lewis. There's a dumpster with some clothes in it.
Hey, look at tell the truth on the card. Tell the truth, man.
Give me off the line. They about to come for me.
Where the suit at? What they say? Where the suit at, man? Where's the white suit at?
They coming for me.
Hey, he did that to some brothers in my city, man. That's the funny thing about it. He did that to some brothers in my city, man. Rest in peace to both those guys, man. Actually, the one guy's brother, man, sending love to him. That boy Ray was wrong. He was with some killers, man. He was with some killers. Anytime somebody cut your heart out your chest, you with some killers, man. You gotta watch it. And that's something we gotta tell men in general.
Go back and
put your hands
the background.
Hold on, let me get this. 1 second.
Yeah, absolutely. And we see this is what I like about conversations of boxing. It flows and it can go a lot of different places. And we definitely given, respect to everyone. We joke, Manny, we love you, but we got to check you. Part of that contract agreement being signed was that you have to, do some drug testing. That's took the fight so long. So we remember. We, casual there. You good now? You good? It's blurred out. we remember what took the fight so long, and we're gonna not hold it against you. We're just gonna remember it. Like I said, we have to document these things because eventually someone will show up, look at it, and be like, "Damn, this was nice." And you be like, "Yeah, he was nice," but
my dude undercard right now from the NYC, not giving people their credit.
give everybody their credit.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, he's juicing. LeBron is juicing, man. That come with it.
That's part of the sport now.
What did Gary Russell say? What did Gary Russell say that one fight? He said, "Man, that nigga's juicing, man." I don't know if you remember. I can't remember who was that fight. I could not remember that fight, but Gary Russell was beating somebody's head in. He was like, it was JoJo Diaz. When he said, "Man, that nigga's juicing, man." I don't know if you ever seen that fight. JoJo would not go down.
I saw that fight. And yeah, he did. Listen, because I know that Gary bring the power. So when I was like, ooh, damn, okay. Like I think I recently, you know what I love about what Showtime does? Whenever there's a fight or a fighter about to fight, you can kind of tell because they start releasing their previous fights on YouTube, so for you to watch. Like I think they just put out Barrios a year ago. They just put out Oshaki Foster versus Fortuna. They just they'll try to keep the fighter fresh in your mind, so when you go watch them, you can correlate something to what's going on. And I'm not sure if they watch the numbers of how we watch it or how we review it, but I think it plays a part to how, all right, I'm putting this card together February 11th. All right, I'm going to get them some information about the fighters if they don't know or if they want to know. Then on February 11th, we're going to see how he actually performs and how many people show up. And I love that it's on free Showtime. Not free Showtime, but Showtime. Like you don't got to pay the pay-per-view. So you got February 11th, February 25th, 2 cards, one in the Armory, one in San Antonio, Texas, that I'm excited for. Got some great Jamal James, the return of Jamal James. If he looks good, then people gonna start moving up. Oh, Boots up. Who's over there? Villa. Because Ugas coming back too. Ugas said he coming back in April.
Yeah. He need to retire, man. He need to retire because Errol really, he's not gonna be the same after that. He's not gonna be the same.
Neither was Sean Porter.
Yeah, that's a good point. Sean Porter wasn't the same. I would say Danny didn't look as sharp to me. I mean, he was fighting Jose Benavidez, but he don't look the same. That's just me though. Errol be taking the life out of these cats, man. I don't know what he doing, what he punching people with. But your boy Errol, man, he punching the life out of cats. Man.
Oh man, what you call it? Rocha's walking in with that WBO interim title.
Oh, I love it. Hey, is that you see that Mickey Mouse belt?
Hey, he's a champion. He's a champion. Hold on, that might be Bud's. That might be Bud's belt. Oh Lord, did they steal Bud's belt? Oh man, they stole Bud's belt. Bud, this is why you went to the meeting. You went to go give him he dropping a strap. Right here, you heard it here live. BVO boxing undercard. Bud has just dropped his WBO strap. Rocha was just elevated to full champion. You heard it here first on the replay. That's right. Because I didn't know he was an interim champion. And if he's a challenger for this belt, how could he already have it? Just don't make no sense.
I don't know, but it's the same thing like when they had everybody threw a fit about Boots being off the rankings because he became a secondary champion with the IBF. That's just what happens when you take a belt. You don't get to do that.
That's what I was explaining to people. They're like, yo, how is Rocha next? I said, well, you got Staniosis versus Ortiz, right? That's for a strap, the WBA. If he wins it, he's a champion in another sanctioning body, which moves him out the way. That's why when Oscar sent out that tweet, I was like, that's foolishness. And you'd be like, all right, Campbell, well, Thurman is next. Thurman fights Errol, May, April, June, whatever it is. That's for the WBA strap. Win or lose, if he wins, he's not a champion. But guess what? He fought for another sanctioning body, which means he is number one in the WBC. Maybe he gets elevated. Whatever they choose to do after. That moves Keith Thurman out the way, who's behind those two guys? Alexis Rocha, number 3. And that's how you get Rocha versus Bud, because Bud's mandatory is due in April. And that's who he's going to fight. Because Bud doesn't duck his mandatories. It's looking good. Thurman might beat Errol and mess everything up. How much cash we talking?
Hey, man. Hold on, that's exactly why Bud ran out the back door to BLK Prime. Chuck EJ knocked on his door. Ball haul last now. Bud trying to get with Golden Boy.
GD.
That's wild, man.
GD, listen. He signed the Golden Boy. They got some dudes over there for him to fight. He could fight Rocha. He could fight Ortiz. They got Blair Cobbs, right? Blair Cobbs still with Golden Boy. They got some fights for him. And guess what? He can beat all those fighters and tell everyone, I'm the greatest. I'm the great. Listen, it can happen. It can happen. Don't forget Dudley. Dudley said he put some money on Thurman beating Errol. Tell him I'm ready for it.
Yeah. I see Dudley right here. Talking about he might. You know what?
Dudley.
I won't say that's not possible.
Because we bang with Dipset as hard as I do. Jim Jones is my guy. Dipset. Yeah, listen, it can't absolutely listen. Thurman is a live dog in that fight. He has the ring rust, but at the bigger weight class, maybe he packs a bigger punch. No one's thinking about that.
Yeah.
Thurman might be the bigger puncher once they move up to 154, because he was probably here sucking himself dry to make 147. Thurman ain't no small dude.
He looks small. Hey, you can't tell me Barrios didn't look huge next to Keith Thurman.
Yeah,
Barrios
I think Barrios just tall and lanky.
I don't know how tall is Keith Thurman. What, 5'7"?
I don't know.
5'6"?
Yo, you know it's crazy how they just literally like kind of don't even speak about the fact that Alex Rocha lost to Speedy Rashidi. They just literally like bury that thing like never happened.
Hey, you're right about that, G. Unfortunately, man, we never gonna get that fight, and I'm gonna tell you the big reason we're not getting that fight is because
Thurman
honestly,
5'9.5". That means Barrios got like 6'1" or something.
How tall is he? 5'9"?
Yeah, 5'9".
Yeah. I don't know. The crazy thing about boxing is, man, you got these guys, man, they're just cowards now, man. They don't want to take a chance.
Yeah.
What
happens is you gotta take the money away and stop giving. You gotta stop overpaying them for fights that they don't deserve to be overpaid for. Then they'd actually fight people who, give them the actual fight. Like when you overpay for a bad fight, then that person runs around and looks for 2 more bad fights before he gets you a good fight. Because he's like, well, I already got paid for the terrible one.
Hey, and the funny thing is, I was hurt when my man Rocha beat my boy Blair the Flair Cobb, man. I was hurt.
Listen, I like Blair the Flair too. And I think his comeback is one, like, man, if they put him in the ring with Bud,
that wouldn't be good. That's not good for his health, man.
Listen what it would be, though. Guess what it would be? Entertaining. It would be entertaining. Yeah, how does he have the WBO strap, the interim strap, when Ortiz is number 1 in the rank? This don't make no sense. Yo, this doesn't make any sense. Are you telling me? You telling me he fought for an interim with Ortiz being number 1? Yeah, Bud would stop him, but I'd pay to see it. Why? Because it'd be entertaining. He gonna sell that fight. He gonna talk trash. He might even Bud out of his element.
I don't know. It seems like Bud kind of likes that. What do you tell Benavidez? You better go to your fight for you not make it to your fight.
Yeah, but so that fight went 12 with a dude who got shot in the leg. He was on one leg beating on him, and he got punched on a lot.
Hey, you're not supposed to say shot, man. You're supposed to say some shrapnel got in his leg.
Oh,
no, I'm messing with you.
He fell down twice. Man, we should actually go back and find out whoever cleared Jose Benavidez for that fight should be arrested. Like, what kind of mobility did he show in his testing that let you know that he was good to fight?
Hey, whatever it was, I mean, he clearly wasn't ready to fight, and he clearly was just, I don't know, he wasn't even moving good. That's the part that get me, dog. He wasn't even moving good.
Wasn't moving.
Why would you
couldn't move at all, bro? He beat on a statue for 12 rounds. And it took him 12 rounds to beat on someone that couldn't move at all. All that dance, because this is when Bud was dancing. This is when Bud was in, out, left, right. You did all of that, and it took you 12 rounds. Maybe David Benavidez, Jose Benavidez is just a tough SOB, and that's why that's why he took him so long to get him out of there.
That could be true, because you remember Danny. It took Danny a while to get him out of there.
Nah, he didn't get him out of there. He won by UD. He ain't stopped.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Get him out of there.
Yeah. Well, it's punch resistance, but
he can take a punch, man. He can take a punch.
He probably could. Maybe he just foreshadowed what his brother gonna do. Take a punch from that, that bum Canelo, knock him off.
Hey, I'm gonna ask you this though. So when Canelo stops, then what?
Well, being that the fight will never happen, I gotta wake you up once again and be like, yo, you had a good dream about that happening? Yeah, you can have another one as soon as you go back to sleep. Yo, Bevo, I'm gonna probably go to like the 3-hour mark, which is another 30 minutes, and I'm gonna jump off. Hopefully we can get the co-main event fight in.
Yeah. Matter of fact, send me. We can go live on your joint, man. When the co-main event happens.
Okay.
Yeah. Just send me the link. We'll go live on yours, bro.
All right, no problem. Yeah, for sure. Oh, they talking to Ryan. Oh, he's the greatest. He's the Matrix. The Zone, home of Ryan Garcia. Oh man.
Cause I know they're getting tired of me beating you up in this chat, man.
Oh man, they tired
of me beating you to death out here, man.
Yeah, correct. You undefeated with your dreams. Undefeated. Hey, listen, he got Ortiz, he got Canelo, he got all the greatest guys. He got Manny, never stop, never being knocked out by nobody. Manny's undefeated to Bevo.
No, we're not saying that. Come on, man. We're not saying that. We're not spreading no lies, man.
Let me see. Can I set up one while I'm still in one? Let me see something. I'm gonna try to set it up. I'm gonna see if I can set it up while we on the live, so that I could send the link.
You go right into yours. That's how we do, man. We build together, man. We got the brand new show, man.
Absolutely.
Undercard and BBO boxing show.
Oh man, when they play this back and hear all the crap we was talking, man, we gonna get flagged. They gonna be like, nah, yank that dude. What he said about the juice in the Manny? Not the greatest, not the Matrix. Oh man.
Hey, and this is the thing. When Loma beats Devin, I guarantee my partner undercard's gonna disappear from the internet. I guarantee.
Nah, I'm gonna just change my name. Listen, I realize that every 7 days, YouTube allows you to change your name. I'm gonna come in under some alias, and I'm gonna just sit there and be like, so you see what had happened was. By the way, can I ask you a question? After Luke Campbell lost to Ryan, why did he suddenly retire? Does anyone know that?
I know he made like $8 million, so I don't know.
Okay, got you. So he got rich and dipped out. That makes sense.
Yeah, I think he made $8 million on that fight. So.
Oh, so he a rich man. Okay. Oh, so he got paid to take the dive. Okay.
It's just like when your boy McDonough fought Floyd. After he fought Floyd the second time, he retired. I mean, hey, I don't think we're gonna see George Kambosos again. I don't think so.
He'll come
we
back
might,
for a
but
tune-up. He'll come back for a tune-up.
He just made about $15 million.
For the fight with Devin?
For both fights altogether, he made about $15 million. I don't know what his take home is, but
they actually put it up on the Zone. Wow, 5'10" versus 5'5". He got a 5-inch height reach, a 3-inch height reach, and he got less pro bouts than. That's the only thing. That's the only thing Tank has over Ryan. Tail off the tape. All right. So I just created mine just now.
All right.
So what you go? Let me see. Invited guests. Copy, and I'm gonna email it to you.
Sound like my dog in the background going crazy.
Oh yeah, nah, it's mine. What happens is we downstairs and upstairs, and she trying for attention. She was actually down here running around before, and send her back upstairs, and now she's telling me, like, yo, what am I doing? Oh, responding to the wrong people. All right, here we go. It ain't started yet, so we good. All right. I just sent it to you.
All right, I got it.
Yeah. So
yeah, but I think this is the beginning, man, of me giving you more beatings, man. But this would be nice, man.
Yo, listen, this dude done 12-0'd me. He had me spinning around the ring. I actually quit in the corner. I spit out my mouth guard a few times. You know, I tried everything. I tried to grab and hold. I tried to low blow. I tried to, run around the ring. Whatever I did, I just got punched on. I looked like Anthony Yard today.
Hey, for you boxing fans, what happened was I was Ken Norton. I won all 3 fights, but they gave him all to Ali.
Oh, amen. All right. Looks like we're about to end this one, but we're gonna jump over to undercard in boxing. We're going over there right now. We're gonna talk about the co-main event with Floyd Schofield versus Alberto Melendez for the WBA international title. So this is, I guess, what you would consider a title fight. All titles are important because those things are documented. So we're gonna jump over and see you guys over there. Undercard in boxing.
All right, BBO. Peace.